Beep beep boop boop beep beep boop boop beep beep boop boop beep beep boop.
Oh.
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What's up?
Hey.
How y'all doing tonight?
Looks good. How you doing?
I'm doing good today. Right here.
All right, well, we got to make an introduction here. We got LA. We're just going by LA now.
Lucas, LA.
No Lucas, LA. What do you prefer?
Well, LA Con's my credit name, so that's why I just put my credits. But Lucas is cool too.
Oh, we'll go with LA then. So, with Free Fall, those of you who know Roundhouse Hooligans inside of the system, you're gonna know who this guy is because he brings us all the shiny stuff, all the sparklies. So yeah, when we may have some other guests jumping on later, we'll see. Miss Coach, it's random. That's what we do. We have fun. We have a good time. Matt, you want to do your intro? Because I'm struggling here. I'm swimming, buddy.
Well, you know, it's a little too late for it. So, well, either way, welcome my Crypto Comics compatriots. We're back with another edition of the Crypto Comics Couch where we let you into our world. Wait, I forgot how that goes. You
did it perfectly, actually. That's the first time that you've done it off script perfectly. And then you stopped yourself.
So, well, either way, welcome.
All right, let me check in with chat real quick. We got Crutchy Dodge. What name is Andrew going to go by now? Is it going to be Crutchy? Is it going to be Crutchy Dodge? It'd be like what we got. Andrew D. something on Twitch. I forget. Anyways, so we got Crutchy coming in saying, "Hey guys, hope you had a great stream. I'm just on my way back from the High Sea Hot Springs." What a jerk! Like, oh, you guys are on a live stream? I'm gonna go soak in some hot pools, mineral baths. Just kidding. You're not a jerk, Crutchy. We love you.
Well, you know, there is one of those haunted hotels up in High Sea, so I hope he stayed in that one and found a poltergeist.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Touch the TV, little Carol Ann.
Oh, wow. He went there. Okay.
Dominic comes in on Facebook. We got Cyrus the Great coming in on Twitch. One of the most prolific DJs that I've ever listened to. I don't listen to a whole lot of DJs, but when I do, I listen to Cyrus the Great. Just let everybody know. Says, what a badass commercial. Thank you. And then Sparkle. I did the sparkly thing with the hands, too. I don't know if anybody caught that. I feel like if you add jazz fingers to anything, it makes it more prolific.
I agree. Definitely.
LA, dude, next crowdfunding campaign you do, don't mess with the video. Don't mess with marketing. Just put a picture or like an animated GIF of your fingers doing this.
I'll go on live and do that.
There you go. It's like there's a new comic.
Here we go.
Crutchy says crutchy with an exclamation point. So a lot of emphasis on the crutchy part there.
Definitely going crutchy there.
And Cyrus says, "Don't listen. My music sucks." Oh, that was mean.
Now I want to listen to it. Reverse psychology, me.
Actually, every time you listen to our commercial, it's his music. So,
I'm gonna check it out.
suckers. Saying the music sucks means that my commercial sucks, and that's not cool. I'm not okay with that. Anyhow,
well, either way, like, share, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. You know what to do, guys.
Do a dance while you do it, people.
Yes, do a dance. We'll wait. Go ahead, do the dance.
That's the way it works.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I clearly suffer from white man's disease. It was the #1 killer of rhythm.
Kill more than COVID. Whoops.
So yeah, and keep in mind that every time you share out this video, an enemy is hurt emotionally, which is the real damage. It's the long-term effects. How do you get therapy for that? You know what I'm saying, guys? All right, so first of all, normally we do unboxings, but we're going to cover that a little bit later.
You will see why.
We're going to switch that one up a little bit. So crowdfunding campaigns.
Oh, yeah.
Get right into the nitty-gritty, right into the dirty, into the collectability side of things, if you will. I should never say it that way again.
Yeah. So first up, we got Sammy the Bean on Kickstarter.
It's a bundle now.
Now this one is an all digital, and I gotta say, it's Sammy. Sammy's awesome.
I think there are actually options for print now.
What?
I'm not 100% on this, so please scroll down and make sure that I'm not being a moron. I am frequently a moron. So we got digital, we got digital 2, we got digital.
Yep, right here. We got a physical copy.
Damn, there we go. So huge shout out to T3.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You know, I did the $25 pledge on that one, I think it was, right? Where you get like all the digital goodness. Now I feel like I might need to get the prints on these ones.
So now this one, it does need some love because it is getting banned on Facebook.
It's like everywhere.
Why?
Because Sammy is going up against a prolific virus that everyone knows the name to, but we can't even say it on here because we found out that search engine optimization now goes through friggin' anything we say because it goes through the closed caption.
You can see it.
Oh yeah, wow.
And so he's getting shadow banned on this thing. So yeah, if you guys can, go and check out this Kickstarter, show your support. If you can't financially support it, make sure you guys share it out to your friends and stuff. They probably won't see it because it's shadow banned, but
the word's so hard not to say now. It's like just said everywhere, so it's pretty hard to keep it inside your mouth when it's like on all over the news everywhere. It's like,
oh yeah,
you know what? I know how
the word you hear on TV is that word, and you meant to not say it on.
You could just print off the Kickstarter itself, fold it into a paper airplane, and throw it at people. Anywhere you go into public.
Pretty much.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna print it off and have like a few pieces of paper of it. Anytime I see somebody that's like, you know, not wearing a mask in public or something, I'll hit them with it. You know what I mean? It'll get their attention. I don't know if they'll support the book, but it'll get their attention. Let's see here. Dominic comes in. What's up, Dominic? On Facebook saying, "Hey, Lucas, has your list of way to kill characters grown since the last time you were on crypto?" I hope.
Yeah. If I could tell you how we killed some characters the other day in our scripts, it was dark.
No spoilers. No spoilers, dude. No spoilers, please.
I gotta say, I was reading issue 2, and I was like, "Oh, come on!"
It hurt. That hurt my feelings. By the way, you're not my favorite person right now because I read issue 2 of Hooligans and was immediately just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
all right, spoiler warning. Santa comes out and gives them a hug until they die from it.
It's ending in the next issue. It's just everyone's just gonna
he has no idea what no spoilers means, folks. Clearly. But Dominic comes
It
in.
was a lie.
Dominic comes in to say, "Sorry for the bad spelling. Hard to type while eating cookies."
No.
That's the only time that it's okay to misspell.
Exactly.
Yep.
Or beef jerky.
I'm going to start using that excuse every time I misspell everything. I'll be like, "I was eating jerky. Fry said it's okay."
Yeah, Fry told me it was fine. The whole blog is just misspelled like the whole way through. You know what I mean? Our logo, that's happened before. Just misspelled. Blame it on the cookies.
Hey, I once misspelt my own name live on a stream here.
Wow.
That did happen, actually.
Were you drunk?
No, surprisingly enough, I was sober. I was just going.
I love how his first reaction to that was, "Were you drunk?"
You were going to say something else. I was like, no.
Well, right after, yeah, my answer, I was like, "Wait, was I?" Nope, I was sober that time.
Yeah. Hard to tell.
Hey, we got another guest joining in.
Hey!
Speaking of someone that likes to get drunk on streams, what's up, man? How you been? You still got a hangover from that last stream we did with you? Or?
Yeah,
No? I would have.
Oh, school holidays. I just got back. 4 kids, beach.
Hang on one second. I'm going to adjust your mic settings here and turn you up just a little bit.
I thought it was me for a second. I'm like, I can't
There
hear
we
him.
go. Nope, it just takes me a second. Let's see here. So we're good to go there. Okay, so Brian, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Brian Brisey from 3-4 Comics, and cheers, everyone.
Yay! Look at how fancy his glass is. I don't think I've ever drank a beer out of a fancy glass like that. Is that a beer? What are you drinking there?
Yeah, it's a beer. It just makes me feel like dodgy if I drink it out of something nice.
You're like the most Hollywood comic creator I've ever met. 100%, dude.
You classy bitch.
You're the only comic creator that comes on stream with his own crunk cup. You know what I mean? It's like all bedazzled. You're all ready to rock and roll. Let's see here. Oh, hey, in chat, we got Rose Kirby coming in on YouTube saying, "Hi, good morning.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone. Only just listening. What's happening?" Lots of beer being drank from very fancy glasses.
Yes.
And we're talking about comics too. But it's arguable. I mean, the beer might be fancier.
Beer's more important, right?
It could be. Brian, I look in the background. He's like, "Yeah."
Yes, holidays, 4 kids. Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
I'll try to keep
4 kids. Yeah, beer is more important right now.
We totally understand the beer now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next up on Kickstarter, we've got. Let's see. We need to talk
Tales
about
of Tesla.
Yeah.
Oh, this
rad.
one is so awesome. Once again, so they actually have 173% of their goal right now. And what they're doing is it's a subscription level. So it's not just one book, it's a whole subscription. So
for like the entire year.
Awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
And I apologize to Dan because I'm gonna forget this every time we bring this up. But it's either 4 or 5 books. I can't ever remember, but
I think it's 5.
5, yeah. But you get the first print of each one of them, and each one of them is a different story.
Yeah,
which is pretty rad. This is the first time I've ever seen anybody do this.
It's Dan Cote. He's gonna be trying something extremely different. Plus, it's all about Tesla, so it's got to be different. So yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't like rent a Skywriter or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is super cool. Yeah. So congratulations to those guys for hitting 173%. That's pretty rad.
Oh yeah.
That is way cool. But everybody keep in mind that doesn't mean that they're like super successful here.
No, we got to keep it going. Keep it going. They're doing so much more stuff. Like I want to say they're making a movie out of it or something. Was it them that had
there were certain things that were talked about after their stream that we were not allowed to bring up?
No, I think there's one tier that allows you to get executive producer credits.
Yeah, you get listed as a producer in the comic.
Oh,
you
was
get
it
listed
comic?
as a producer? Yeah.
Executive producer on the film.
Spoiler alert: there might be more coming from Tales from Tesla. Damn it, Matt.
No, I just remember that one tier, and I was like, oh, it's the tier.
Totally understandable. I'm switching to chat now. Leslie comes in on Facebook saying to everyone, "Hey, Leslie.
Hey, how's it going?"
Rose Kirby comes in on YouTube saying, "You keep asking me what's happening. I can't see very well today." Oh, we were just asking you like how you're doing, Rose.
Yeah.
Just what's happening. Did I say that right?
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, I feel like
what was that?
right.
Born in East LA with Cheech Marin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that movie. These guys are like, no idea what you
are
talking about.
Classic movie.
Old terrible movies. That's what we run on in the States.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So let's see. Next up, we got Black Blossom number 6. We're going to be doing a show on the 23rd with Evan.
Yeah.
On this book. It's going to be pretty sweet. Have you guys checked out Black Blossom? Have you guys seen this one?
Not yet, no. What's called though? I've heard about
it.
Yeah.
Series.
So he based it off his wife. Yeah, just her attitude, everything, and her fears and stuff. So it's an awesome book. Yeah. Issue 6
Fear of lizards, is it, or something?
Was it lizards or snakes or something like that? Yeah.
Something reptilian. Yeah. That's cool.
So
that's pretty sweet.
That's always a fun one. I love that.
Yeah. So everybody that's watching, make sure you check back in on the 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going off memory. Should probably look at my notes. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a spotlight with him on that. Next up, we've got XCT Monsters.
Yes, we do.
Sean might actually be joining us on the stream a little bit later. We'll see.
Yeah, this one's not out yet, but I am so excited because I love everything XCT. Yeah.
Well, and this one's like kind of, they call it an anthology, but it's almost like a mix of different, different introduction stories rather than just different short stories with like a clear beginning and end. So I think that's going to be really cool to see how this goes. I think there's going to be more of these books in the future for sure. So yeah, I think that'll be cool. And then we got Reports from the Institute. We don't have anything to show for that because the crowdfunding campaign isn't up yet, but that's actually a Halloween novel that Vivid Publishing is putting out. We will have a launch with them on October 1st at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are fans of like Dreamkeepers, Cloud Scratchers, Wayward Astronomer, all that kind of stuff, that's the team that's putting this one together. And then last but certainly not least, and this one isn't so much a crowdfunding thing, but we're sneaking it in for the homies here. If you guys go to freefallcomics.gumroad.com, and we'll
after the stream is over.
After the stream is over, of course. Jeez, people. Yeah, you guys can check out these guys' new web store here. So there's a lot of information you guys have on here about the books and stuff, but people can also pick up issue number 1, issue number 2,
part 1,
and then there's the membership. Do you guys want to tell us about the membership that you guys have going on?
Membership's just like if you want to help out, it's like $3.50 plus, but it's just like a monthly thing. You'll get to see anything that comes out before anyone else gets to see it. Kind of like Patreon a little bit, but just not as big. And all the money of all these books literally go back onto Randall Hooligans to keeping the series alive and keep it going. So yeah, just another way to help us out and get our books out there for all you guys to read. So, yeah.
That is super cool.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
it's like that's like the baseline. So if you're American dollars, that's cheap as shit.
That's true. Yeah, what does that convert to?
Oh,
I gotta find out now. Hold on. Let's see. To US dollar. So yeah, we're looking at like $2.54.
There you go.
Oh, that ain't bad at all.
Somebody cue the Sarah McLachlan music, because for $2.54, for less than half the price of a Starbucks coffee in the morning, you too
can help.
That's how much
can
you pay for
support us.
Comics Alive.
Creators.
You pay cheap for a coffee.
That's how you guys should market this. Like, adopt an Australian comic creator. You know what I mean? just show pictures of Brian with his fancy glass, but empty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You too can help fill this glass.
Please.
I need more.
So yeah, we also have that direct link to issue number 1.
That's issue 2.
Oh, sorry, issue 2.
Yeah.
This issue 2, part 1, right?
Yeah, so issue 2 is a bit
Okay.
longer, and we let's just cut it up in 2 parts, and just to keep it a bit cheaper, or otherwise we'd have to sell it for too much digitally, and we didn't want to do that. So split up in 2 parts, and yeah.
Okay.
Also, there was our own budgetary issues with having to finish a full issue too. So
Yeah, that came in. Yeah,
as soon as we can start reading something, we
just
just
starting to get pricey.
Well, and even then, it's what is it, 22 or 24 pages, something like that, in that book?
The second one or the first
Yeah.
one? I think the second one's 22 pages, I believe. 22
Is
pages.
it? Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
each of them individually are still a long comic.
They're a decent sized
I mean,
comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this isn't one of those situations where people are like, our book was just way too long, so we cut it in half, so it's 4.5 pages. You know what I mean? It's a full legit comic still.
Yeah, I've always had an issue with buying a comic book and reading it in 7 minutes, and you're like, I need more. And so I always kind of want to I don't know, stretch it out, give people value for money, and also we feel like we've got too much to tell, and to break it up into such tiny little segments would just be it just ruined the flow and the story and things like that. But basically, it also comes from our background where it's like we hate when the comics are just too short. And give people back to their bucks. So,
But we'll keep the cliffhangers going because we love a cliffhanger. We know how much our readers love cliffhangers. So
Yeah, we're huge fans, Lucas.
we just finalized issue 3, and I was just going over doing some checking over, making sure everything's nice and tight and everything like that.
Not my bad spelling.
He is my favorite. Yeah, it has the least action, but it's kind of like 1 and 2 kind of hit the ground running. It's just kind of a lot of shit's happening, and 3 it's like we just a little step back and you just start to see some of the characters. And I love action, but so far 3, which will be coming out fairly soon, has been my absolute favorite. It was just, even as the writer, co-writer, it was just fun to read. It just made me feel good. It just gives you all the warm and fuzzies, kind of getting to know these people.
More character-driven, more about the family and the hooligans. You get to see a little bit more of them, how they interact with each other. It's not fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and for anybody that's watching, if you guys haven't read, at least part 1, I have yet to see anybody open that book. Nobody's opened that and not finished it. So it's it's definitely one of those books where it pulls you right the hell in. And then that's why Lucas is making the jokes about the cliffhangers, because all of us were pissed when we got to the end of part 1. But you guys have it better because you get the first half of part 2 already at your disposal. We didn't get that. We had to live the cruel, cruel world of not having that at our fingertips.
We felt really bad.
Because we're probably not the greatest businessmen in the world. You can support us on Gumroad. We'd love it if you did buy a copy. But at the same time, for all our crypto comic fans out there, it has actually dropped on there. So for a short period of time, you can actually pick it up for free. So head to Gumroad or crypto and have a read. And
if you do, make sure you leave these guys a review.
Yes.
Yeah.
That will really help.
It gives me the warm fuzzies. Keeps me going another day. It's great.
When you put your heart and soul and you see someone just give this great feedback and you're like, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about it earlier.
Proud.
So this week, book 2 is number 7 on popularity for this week. And it's literally, since the day you guys uploaded that, it has been in the top 10 every week. It's like one of those books that just stays right there. And then for all-time bestsellers in the system, Roundhouse Hooligans, the first issue, is actually number 9 right now. So, it is right up there competing with Dreamkeepers, Music Maker, Katongo, like, I mean, books that have been in our system for much longer, you know what I mean, had a little more time to spread their legs and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, book 9 book 1 at number 9 is badass. So it's really easy for you guys to find. Just go into the marketplace and check it out.
Just to be included with like awesome stories like that, like there's so much talent out there. It just blows me away when they jump on and you're like, I don't know, it's just, yeah, it's amazing to see how many incredible indie stories are out there. And I don't know, just it gives us hope when we see all this other stuff out there, and then to be included alongside some of these stories, like it's cool.
I don't know, man, your book's pretty sick, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you come out with great art, just great story, just excellent writing, everything about it. You know, you start off with a gut punch in like every issue, and it just doesn't let up. And yeah, by the time you get done just reading the comic, you're like, I feel drained. So it's a great experience.
I feel abused, but in a great way.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the job of a writer. Make your readers feel that way.
Let's see here. We've got let's see. Nobody's Illusion comes in on Twitch saying welcome.
Welcome. Hello.
And then follows it up with, I previewed issue 2 part 1. It was epic. I wish I could leave a review for it. Yep. So the reason you can't on issue 2 part 1 is because it's only in the system as a preview. And then once we go live, that's when you'll be able to buy it to support the creators. The reason that we do that with creators is because we would prefer right now for you to go over to their site and pick their stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how they eat. That's how they feed their kids. You know, that's what gives them beer money.
Exactly.
So, you know, we got to support that beer money, guys. You know us. J. Smith Did Yarda says, putting the nearly free in free fall.
Almost. That's good.
We got Cyrus the Great with the little thumbs up emoji and the laughing emoji. Nobody's Loser says, sounds good. I can't wait for more. Let's see. Rose Kirby asks, hey, Matt, did you enjoy Batman Day? And what do you think about the pictures that I put on Instagram? So I'm going to make you wait. I'm going to make you wait because that's one of our news topics tonight.
Well, I will say I haven't been on Instagram in quite a while, so I haven't seen those yet. But as far as Batman Day, we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah. J. Smith Edgearter says, I heard there was a time when people had to even wait a week to see a conclusion of a TV show. Sounds creepy as hell, if I'm honest. Yeah, we call it Disney Plus. That's where we have to deal with that now. Let's see. Nobody's Loser says, I'd love to leave a review on part 2, but I could only preview it. It's still epic. You'll be able to leave a review just as soon as you're buying them, which is sooner than most people think, hopefully. So let's see. Hey, Sean Kanan comes in on Facebook saying, yo-hoo, guys.
What's up, Sean?
Sean, you got an invite in your messenger that you have already said you were super excited about. I don't know why you're commenting on it. He's like, wait, what? What is going on? So let's see. Let's get into announcements here really quick. So we got a new blog post.
We do. We do.
Now, this one, we have to kind of clarify a little bit. A certain feature inside of Crypto Comics became very apparent to everybody using Crypto Comics before we had actually anticipated for everyone to see this little feature. So, yeah, sorry for the spoiler. Yeah,
so Lindsay, wrote this great blog post kind of about it. Go ahead, Fry. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries. So what you guys will actually see on the comic books is you can see how you can register a comic on Stacksnet. A lot of people are asking, what is Stacksnet? What does this mean? Does this mean you guys are alive? What is going on here? How come you didn't call me and tell me so I could go and buy all my favorite creator stuff immediately? Calm down just a little bit. We are still in beta. It is not live. This is us testing everything, making sure everything is working, as it should. And then this blog article here that's on the Crypto Comics system right now, you can just go log in. You'll see the blog card right there on the dashboard, and you can get to this. But what this does is it breaks down and lets everybody know exactly what Stacksnet is, what an NFT is, and how everything is going to be working as soon as we go live. So we are currently in a testing phase still, just so that everybody is aware. you will absolutely be seeing a lot of things changing inside of the system very rapidly. Some of you will notice a handful of things each week. Some of you might only see a couple of things. It just depends on how deep you get into the system and what you like to do and stuff. And the reason you're seeing those is, like I said, we're actively testing it, making sure that everything is working perfectly before we go live and start playing with anybody's money. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way I'm getting in between Brian and his beer money. Look at that, man. There's no way that's happening.
That same one? That new one?
I think he's refilled it like 4 times already.
Refilled it without us seeing? Sneaky bastard.
You are very thirsty.
Like off camera down.
It's got like a whole fridge.
Let's see here. Nobody's Luger says, noted. So see, I think some people are already noticing things. We got blown up by creators that were like, "Oh my god, you guys are going live." We're like, "We're not live yet. We're not live. We're just testing
I think
stuff."
I was one of those creators. I think I messaged Jared and he's like, "What?" I was like, "What is this new thing?"
Yeah, which is cool because it means that people are definitely active in the system and notice when a little change goes out like that. But it actually wasn't anticipated to come out and be seen by everybody quite so soon. Okay. We just had a developer that was like, "Hey, the best way to test it is to get 400 people in there clicking the button at the same time. Let's go." Yeah. So it works. Jay Smith Digiardo says, "When is Cardano going to be able to mint NFTs? It is still coming soon." So I will be the first to tell you from experience that building a platform on blockchain during the whole pandemic situation makes everything take a dramatic increase in time over previous plans. I think Cardano was expecting to be done like 6 months ago. We were expected to be done, live. I shouldn't say done, but live, around that same time. I mean, it's a lot of this is that, there's a huge limiting factor on literally everything around the globe right now. Just because we're working on software doesn't mean it's any easier to get it done quickly. So, I don't know. I don't know when Cardano is going to be live with their minting of NFTs, but I can tell you that you can go on Crypto Comics right now, check out any book, and you are grabbing NFTs in real time. You're just not having to pay for it yet, but it is registering everything on blockchain. Jay Smith Digiardo says, "Aren't smart contracts up and running on Cardano now?" Some are, yes. But I believe there's one real big one. The one where it's the self-mint. Boy, my brain just totally crapped out on me there. They've got one smart contract language that allows anybody to build a secondary smart contract off of one that was previously implemented. Kind of similar to like Ethereum 2.0 and how that's going to be working. And that one, everything I've read is that people are having a lot of trouble getting that thing to actually work properly. So yeah, looking into that. But I love he puts a little angry face, a little sad face. Don't be sad, JD Smith. Don't be sad. If you're that excited to use NFTs, just go into Crypto Comics, check out Roundhouse Hooligans copy number 1, register yourself a copy on StackStat. Watch how fast and easy it is. It's pretty cool. Which we're not supposed to do this, guys, just so you're aware. I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But huge shout out to our development team. Like, the transaction speed on registering it to the blockchain and you being into the reader is primo.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
So AKA David, you're a boss if you're watching this. He's probably not. He's probably very drunk. Dealing with me for an entire day at work. He's probably doing exactly what Brian's doing, just sitting back with a bunch of beers.
Yeah, I was talking to Lucas the other day, just about the work that's gone in behind the scenes, because I don't know much, but I know a little bit about what goes into kind of building some sites and things like that. And then when I look at the complexity of it, I'm like, I was just talking to him on the phone going, man, I'm like, it is big. It's bigger than people think. It's like there's so much work these guys have done. It's like it's awesome.
It's gigantic.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
Are you saying my baby is fat, Brian? Is that what you're telling me?
fat and it's beautiful. I love it.
Oh, geez. Okay, so let's see. Next up, we've got conventions. So conventions are back in the States. Are they back there in Australia yet? Have you guys gone to any this year?
No, not this year.
No, hasn't been anything else, no.
No, I don't think there's been anything on. No. I think they had like one, but it got cancelled because there was an outbreak, possibly, I believe.
Oh, let me clarify this really quick here because I might have misquoted on the way I should have said that. So Nobody's Illusion says, wait, what? I'm confused now. I'm buying something when it says buy. I don't have any extra money right now. I don't want to be in debt. Do not worry. It is still absolutely free. We're still in beta test and everything. What's happening right now is it's actually, when you grab that book, it's actually writing that information to the blockchain and checking everything out. In fact, you can do test sales now as well inside of the system. So if you want to take a comic that you already have, put it up for sale. And if somebody comes across it and they want it, they'll grab it. Right now, all of the money that's in there is essentially just pretend, make believe. The reason we do that is so that people aren't doing accidental purchases, anything like that, while they're getting used to it. I promise the moment we go live, everybody's going to know, because what's going to happen is all the books that are currently in your dashboard are going to be removed from you. Your reviews and everything will stay for all these creators. And then at that point, you'll get an email from the system that says, hey, thank you for being a part of this. You're probably going to get some cool little swag out of the deal for being a part of the beta, especially depending on how much you are active during the beta. Can I word it that way, Matt? That's a good way to word it.
Even that kind of scares me. So
yeah. We've got plans for the people that have been like the most active inside of the system. You guys will be able to showcase and wear it proudly. Let's put it that way. That you guys were active inside of the system. But yeah, and then at that point, after which everything goes to live transaction. And at that time, you guys will be able to make purchases and support the creators. Do a lot of it. Buy it all.
Do it.
How boss.
I know. I'm going to tell you guys what. Like, I'm really looking forward to the first person that tries to grab like as many number ones as they can inside of the system, like NFT 1.
Yeah.
Just to like resell them at like ridiculously high prices and stuff. Like, it's an NFT. We know it's going to happen. So
it would be nice.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, how cool would that be to be like, watch Roundhouse Hooligans like sitting there going up in value inside of Dude, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be so cool. I love my business. I love this software. So rad. That and like weird one-of-ones and stuff. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
It's just that it's like exciting to be like in the beta area of this, like the creation, like kind of just watching the birth of this thing just happen and being there in real time and being a part of it. It's exciting. It's fun.
I'm telling everybody right now, I have a feeling that's going to end up being Joe. Joe is going to run through the system and grab as many number ones as physically possible, and it's going to piss all of us off because he's going to do it just to spite us.
See, I figured it would have been you, Fry.
Joe's going to know that the system is live before I know. I mean, Joe is the person that will flip that switch. You know what I mean? And he is, you guys, our boss, he is, man. He's the type of person that will run through the system and be like, oh, this is Fry's favorite book. I better grab number one. Won't even give me a shit.
Hey, there is a comment that I do want to get to real quick.
Okay, let's hit it.
So, how many number ones have you reserved as a member of the Crypto Comics team, Fry? First off, 0. Nobody, we don't reserve number one or anything like that.
Nope, we grab them just like everybody else does. We made that very specific. Reason being is we didn't want to give any of our own team like the upper hand on something that would be a collectible for a fan. We didn't think that'd be fair. That being said, 4. I have 4 number ones in my collection.
But it's all going to be reset.
Them. I never reserved them. I was just faster than everybody else on grabbing them. But yep,
and when we do go live, it will be, I'll be spending my own money. It's not like, I get this from the creators because they think I'm cool. No, none of that.
Nope. We're putting it all right behind the creators just the same way that the fans should. Absolutely, in every way. Like, watch, Lucas, Brian, have we ever asked you guys for a comic book?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wait, no, never, no.
Damn it, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, quiet, man. I meant us as a team, not us personally. Like, don't talk about that.
I'm there, like, yeah, legit.
But yeah, so it's kind of like a, I don't know, not so well kept secret that, you know, a lot of people that are in this industry kind of require these indie creators to publish their own books, to pay for print, send them out to get reviews done, do all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's cool for marketing and we get it. We understand it. But yeah, anytime we're given anything by a creator, it goes right into swag packs, period. So I think there's been a couple of very rare times where a creator sent something specifically for a team member, like as a gift kind of a thing. But yeah, when it comes to the system, everything like that, it'll all be out right of our own pockets. So just like Kickstarters and crowdfunding campaigns are right now, that's all right out of our own pockets. None of that's covered by the company. None of it's ever covered by creators. Definitely not ever creators. Nobody's Loser says, "Oh, more free swag! I can't wait." And then, LOL, my bet is on Crutchy nabbing them. Ooh, that'll be kind of interesting to see if it'll be like a race between Crutchy and Joe running through the system. Let's see. Nobody's Illusion with an emoji. Rose Kirby says, by the way, it's 1 year today. I said that there's no rules. Forget the rules. Throw out the rules out the window. I was on Crypto Comics Couch 21st September 2020. Thank you, Rose. Appreciate it. I think it's rad. And happy crypto birthday. We'll call it that, right? Cake day on Reddit is what they call it. Dominic Colby comes in to say, how do the books that come from Kickstarters work in the system? Temerity. I think he means
example temerity.
Example temerity. So the way that those will work is up to the creators. The reason I'm saying it that way is there's actually a few different options. But the more prominent option is that creators will actually allow a digital copy, an NFT copy of the book to be delivered to you directly from the Crypto Comic system. As soon as we're live, those books will go out. And I'll be honest with you, and this kind of bums a lot of people out. Those books are all ready. Every single campaign we've worked with, everything like that, it is all just waiting on us to go live. The reason we are waiting is because those are actual NFTs. And if someone were to accidentally sell it right now or something like that were to happen inside of the system while we're in beta, that's a real NFT that just got shot out and sold. And we don't want someone to think that, you know, perhaps they're new to crypto comics or something like that. They don't realize we're in beta and they're like, oh, cool, I can get $20 off of this copy of Temerity. And then they turn around and realize, oh, no real money is being transferred. You know what I mean? And to be out your book. So we're holding off on that until live transactions. And yeah, we're looking forward to how that works. And then there's a couple other ways that will work in the future as well, because we're working with a couple of different creators on coming up with some new, interesting and fun, dynamic ways of using NFTs. Why? Because we like to put more work on ourselves. I think that's really the answer.
I don't know why that is, but yeah.
And then Dominic says, thank you for explaining. No problem, Dominic. Thank you for asking, man. And if anybody's ever got questions about that kind of stuff, make sure you let us know. Because if you have questions about Matt's Batman Day underwear, he's got a pair.
He doesn't.
Show us.
I ruined my joke. So let's see. So conventions, we were talking about that. So there's FanX. Nobody went to FanX. It was wasn't important enough.
Oh, I was there.
Okay, man.
And I had a blast.
Fry didn't get to go to FanX.
So there was
like a live convention.
Yeah. It was in Salt Lake City. It was kind of weird this year because it's in the Salt Palace, and it was under construction. So yeah, there was quite a bit of guesswork as to what doors you're allowed to use and stuff like that. So there was a lot of empty tables, with just somebody's name that they paid for it and just wasn't there. So it was kind of weird walking through there, but there was still a huge crowd, and so many people I was talking to were just selling out like on day one. So just because they're back in just back in action again. One thing that I was so excited, I got to meet Peter David. He has been a huge inspiration to me. He's a writer. You guys might remember him from Aquaman Time and Tide. He's the guy who actually made Aquaman cool again in the comics.
Thank God.
So
Cool.
one thing I got from him was a copy of his Deadpool Art of War issue 2 script. He signed, and it was just so many unique, cool things there. So
You got to look at this comment. Nobody's legit says, by the way, there was a secret badge code for FanX. Is this true, Matt? Was there a secret badge code for FanX?
there was a secret badge code for FanX if you watched one of the videos.
Mm-hmm. So did anybody approach you and claim that badge? That's what I want to know, because we did a similar thing in Orlando and nobody took advantage of it. I want to know if somebody did it in FanX.
Nobody approached me in FanX about that particular code. And I even had the swag packs, and only one person came up to me and was like, "Hey, FanX swag pack, hand it over."
Lame. Come on,
only
y'all.
one person. I was surprised.
Oh man, more swag packs to send out to people, I guess. That's the
Yeah.
way it goes. Jay Smith DJ says Peter David's work on the Incredible Hulk is still the standard.
Oh yeah.
Good way of putting it.
So it was actually funny. He had sold out of so much of his stuff that because he was, he had his stacks of comics that he was selling. He had ran out of quite a few of them. So he was sending people over to the long boxes and buying up all of those and then selling them again. So after actually signing them. So that was kind of cool.
Badass. I love the fact that cons are back, man. So it seemed like the collectors were really buying everything up that the creators had at their booths then.
Mhm.
That's cool.
I want to say Gemma Young, I believe she said she had essentially paid for her booth within 3 hours. So
Damn.
yeah.
Gemma goes hard though.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, she's actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. I gotta show you.
Have you guys met Gemma Young?
Not yet. No, we haven't. No.
One of the writers for Temerity. She's also done El Dare. I mean, she's all over the place and stuff. But she's good people. I think you guys would like her. She's fun to work with.
Here it is. So I got this from her. She's doing her own
That's cool.
metal printing now.
You didn't get one for me? You didn't at all go, hey, I got a buddy that collects everything metal print. Maybe I should grab one for Fry. You didn't even think about it?
I got a sticker if you want it.
I hate you right now.
No, she's doing her own. And this one, it's actually she did the coloring on this on a show with us. So I was like, I have to grab this one.
Yeah.
So
That's messed up.
I know.
I'm going to grab one for Fry. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Now we know where the love is. Jeez. All right. Well, there's still a lot of digital conventions going on too, though. So we got DC Fandom that's coming on October 16th at 10 a.m. And we're going to be streaming that one. So that'll be pretty badass. Last time we streamed that one, we had 30-something thousand people all in real time making fun of Alfred from the new Batman, which was fantastic. Have you guys ever seen 30,000 people make fun of one comic character in unison? It's amazing.
I haven't. I'm keen to.
I'm not a religious man, but I felt close to God at that point. You know what I'm saying?
So once again, October 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So.
So let's see here. Jumping right over to news now. So NFT news. Visa, Visa, your credit card Visa, bought a CryptoPunk NFT for $150,000.
So all those credit card fees, you now know where they're going to that.
Why would Visa spend $150,000 on this NFT when they could have just waited a couple of months and bought Roundhouse Hooligans?
Yeah.
Like, we'd sell it to you for $150,000, right, guys? You guys are good with Visa buying a copy of Roundhouse Hooligans for $150,000.
I'm not going to complain.
Okay. So Visa, have your people talk to us, man. What's up?
Yeah, reach out.
Yeah. And see,
dude, Roundhouse Hooligans is so much cooler than a weird bearded. Oh my God, is that Jared?
I thought it was Curious George or something at first, but it might be Jared.
Wait, is it a monkey? Is this supposed to be a monkey? I just thought it was Jared in a cowboy hat.
So anybody who doesn't know, CryptoPunks are these like 8-bit faces. That's it. Like, that's it.
And they're worth that much.
Well, technically, they're worth what anybody will pay for them. We'll say that.
How confident are we that this isn't Jared? I'm just saying, guys. We've all seen the beard. Okay, hold on. I have a professional.
Do you have a side by side?
Well, no. I've got a professional here that's about to join us on stream. He is a bearded professional from Australia, so I feel like he can easily do this. Sean Keenan, what's up, my man?
Hey, Sean.
Hey guys, how you going?
So, Sean, the conversation we're having is this NFT that Visa bought for $150,000 US? Is this actually just Jared in an orange cowboy hat? Because if it is, Visa might owe Jared some money.
I reckon it is, because it's even got those lamb chop mutton chops that he had during the COVID last year. So I reckon it is Jared. So
I mean,
copyright. Jared should sue and get the money.
So I mean, Visa definitely did this as, marketing to figure, hey, enough people will talk about us if we do this, that spending $150,000 on a commercial, they're not going to talk that much about us. So I get it from a marketing standpoint. But for an investment standpoint, considering it's Visa, a financial institution that you would hopefully trust to make wise investments, what do you guys think? Good investment? Bad investment?
A risky investment, that's for sure.
yeah, I reckon it's too early to tell whether any of this stuff is going to pay off in the long run or not. So, although I said the same thing about Bitcoin. Look at that.
How'd that work out for you, Sean? Sean was one of those guys where, like, 10 years ago, he was putting posts on, like, Facebook where he's like, look at all these idiots buying Bitcoin for $12 a piece. You guys ever see it? And then somebody just asked him, how you feeling, Sean? He's like, not good. Not too good about this one. This one did not age well. I'm kidding, everybody. That's a meme. That wasn't actually a conversation that Sean had. Everybody's like, Jesus, Sean Keenan really did that? No, he didn't. I just have to give Sean Keenan a hard time when he comes on, because he comes on late.
Well, it's a crash.
Dude, we
had
had
come on early to crash the guys.
That's a fair enough point.
Yeah.
Well,
but we had popcorn.
Then they're like, why is this guy in here?
Dude, we had popcorn and everything. I brought beer, but Brian drank it all.
Sorry.
Hey, that was pretty impressive. You just did that casually, just damned that. So I've been enjoying watching these kids run around in the background.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm trying. I've been like, I've had my hands below like camera side trying to usher them like.
Get out.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if my kids run behind me, though, I just trip them.
Yeah.
So at this point, they just don't mess with it. They're like, don't do it. Dad'll throw something heavy at our heads. So, let's see here. We got Min coming in on Facebook. What's up, Min? A little laughing emoji. JD Smith saying, sorry, but not sorry. Art is subjective, blah, blah, blah. But CryptoPunks are so lame. I mean, it's a collectible.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it, man, is hopefully people continue buying NFTs and they want to buy all these comic books, because I think that's what's going to happen. But I mean, yeah, a lot of these things just don't have a realistic use, which is what weirds me out about it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell are you going to do with Jared in an orange cowboy hat? We don't know what to do with Jared now. Can you imagine trying to fit him
think
through a doorway
eventually
with a
the
cowboy hat big
NFTs
enough for that head?
I think there's no answer to that, Fry. I think there is no answer to that.
I'm sorry, Matt. Say what you were going to say. I think I've got a little bit of a delay here.
Well, I was going to say that I think once practical use sets in, the prices are going to start coming down a little bit, being more accessible to the average Joe. So, just yeah.
All right.
As far as CryptoPunks, I went to buy one at one point in time. And I was like, let's see, and it was like a Mr. T looking one. And I clicked on it. It's like $4,000. Nope. Never mind. Don't want that one.
But what's it selling for now?
It's last I checked, it was like 15 grand. So
Joke's on you, sucker.
Yeah, but I would have had to face my wife and been like, I bought this 8-bit Mr. T for $4,000.
Okay. But I'm just going to throw this out there. We are in the state of Idaho. There's no alimony. And secondary here, there's no way she can come back on you on the profits from said investment because you got a divorce in the meantime.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I would have been staying on your couch there, Fry.
You can stay on my couch. We'll split it. No profit, no problem. Dude, we'll be best friends. Buy up all those NFTs. Let's go. Homie, I'm just saying, you can buy a lot of couch for $10,000 NFT profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is a big couch. Even more if you invest it wisely in bean bags. You get more for your money. I'm trying to hold a straight face here, guys. I don't know, dude. I think that if there is ever going to be a use for one of those, NFT punk elements, I think it's going to be Jared in an orange cowboy hat. I'm just going to throw it out there, guys. I think maybe Visa made a wise decision here.
I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't seen like an art gallery kind of pop up with, here's a bunch of different NFTs on like, a screen kind of mounted to the wall to look like a picture frame.
Sotheby's did that.
Oh, really?
But it's not the same because it's not really an art gallery. It's more of a art, I guess, auctioneering place. Whatever you want to refer to that.
All art galleries are like that.
Yeah, but theirs is specifically to auction everything. So I don't know if you'd still consider that to be. Would you? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've been to several art galleries that everything is up for sale.
All right, Lucas, what's the first thing you're going to do with the Jared and an orange cowboy hat NFT?
What am I going to do with it? Go over and sue them for the likeness of him. Do that and get the money back. Split Jared.
There you go.
Somebody's going to need to bring Jared on the stream so we can have a conversation here because we feel like maybe he's leaving money on the table. I think everybody's coming to the same conclusion. Let me get caught up on chat real quick here. Nobody's Loser says, wow, just wow. Rose Kirby says, why was there only one badge code for FanX on YouTube? I thought you were going to do 3 days. So there were issues with the uploads and everything with the content going on down there. So as far as the badge codes and stuff like that stuff's going to be put on hold for the FanX. But there was a badge code that Matt was giving away at the event. And there's also, I think, an exclusive badge code for creators at the event.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you might see a few different badge codes come up, but how they're popping up is totally in the wild. And we will get a lot of that footage pushed out just as soon as we get it finished rendered up. Nobody's Loser says, welcome, Sean. Dominic Colby says, after you buy an NFT, do you have rights to use that image however you like? Right now, it's yes and no. Right now, if you purchase an NFT solely on somewhere like OpenSea, then yes, you can use it wherever you'd like. However, I say that again.
I've been confused with NFTs. It's like you get it, no one else sees it, then.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, so you can use it. However, you cannot use it in marketing without coming to an agreement with the original creator. And something. So say in crypto comics, these are all technically NFTs, the comic books that are in there. Can you use those for whatever you want? Absolutely not. That is still 100% IP and owned by the creator. We never, ever, even ourselves, ask for any usage rights of it. Purchasing an NFT is no different than purchasing a copy of that comic. That being said, some platforms you're actually able to buy the overall usage and IP rights of a character, for example, as a part of that transaction. So,
well, like
so
for
yes
example, that Charlie bit my finger YouTube video. You guys remember that one?
Yeah,
that was actually sold as an NFT with the exclusive usage rights, so they could literally do whatever they want with it. And that one, it sold for, what was it, $150,000 or some crazy amount like that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to show up in the MCU at this point. Let's see here. Jay Spit Digger says, I hope it was the best pizza you ever had, Sean. Was it, Sean? Was it worth it? He's like, yeah, it was pretty good pizza.
Sorry, my internet is like ridiculously slow. Everything is so like delayed. I'm just going to jump off for a sec and then jump back on.
Okay, no problem.
Because yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like you guys are chatting, and I'm like, why is it taking so long to get to me?
Cool. Yeah, just hop off and hop back on, Sean.
Perfect.
Let's see here. Jay Smith Didier says,
I could
really
be wrong.
I could be wrong. I don't feel like it asks him. Does Sean like Star Wars? No, he's actually a huge Star Trek fan.
Yeah. I was checking out his posters in the background as well, actually. I'm like, eyeballing.
Yeah.
He like, was it his birthday last year or something like that? Would he put that post on social media, Matt, where his wife had got him? His wife somehow found him, I think it was every Star Wars comic. Something like that.
Oh,
it was like ridiculous, huge collection. I was just like, wow, that's lucky.
I forgot. Yeah.
So let's see. Leslie comes on Facebook saying, y'all have a good night. All right. See you, Leslie. Nobody's Lucian says, hashtag Jared in an orange cowboy hat NFT. I'm just saying. I mean, somebody beat us to it. That's a bum. Jay Smith Didiarta says, I'm going to mint an M. Scott NFT. That way I can own that smile. Wink. That was the greatest pickup line we've ever had in our chat. I'm just going to throw that out there. So let's see. So coming through here, let's see. What do we got after that? So industry news.
So we got Machine Gun Kelly preps Hotel Diablo graphic novel. Now, I didn't actually do any research on this one.
Hold on, Matt. Hold on. What's up, Brian? How you feeling about this new story? No. I want to know what that reaction was all about. That was fantastic.
Can't fucking stand him.
Well, he's interesting.
This morning I just saw him take a shot at Slipknot, and I'm a huge metal fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like he's, a bit of a douche, trying to do whatever he can to stay in the limelight.
Yeah, I figured that maybe he just wanted to switch genres again. So he was going to have Corey Taylor help him find country music, I guess, maybe, is what he'd go to next.
Probably gone about it the wrong way by taking shots at Slipknot, and I'm like...
I'll tell you what, we, on behalf of the United States, will trade you Machine Gun Kelly for Chris Hemsworth. Deal?
No.
Okay.
Straight up no.
All right. We will trade you Machine Gun Kelly for the dirt off of Crocodile Dundee's hat. How about that?
It's not even worth it.
Damn it. All right. We'll talk more after the stream. I feel like we might have a deal here that we can get to at some point. I love this. Jay Smith Didiartis comes in and says, anyone know what MGK does? He's a musician. And
really? I mean, you sure you want to call him that?
Married to Megan Fox, apparently.
He's got Megan Fox.
Yeah.
So, what the hell just happened? What happened? Dominic Colby comes in and says, who is Crocodile Dundee?
Oh, dude.
Oh.
I'm joking.
Shut
you hurt me.
Oh, this is JD Smith Digiartist says, "Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was some sort of fashion designer. Always seen him in dresses." That's true. Have you guys noticed that every time he's like in an award show, he's dressed up like George Bush's wife?
Yeah.
He does. He wears like the pantsuits. That wasn't a dig, man. I'm just saying. I mean, that's got to be expensive, right? I'll bet you he could afford a $150,000 NFT of Jared in an orange cowboy hat.
So, what can you tell us, Fry, about Hotel Diablo?
That the artwork honestly looks pretty good, and from what I've seen, the writing is there.
Did he write it? Writer?
Yeah. So Machine Gun Kelly was a writer. From the preview that I read, I'm not going to pick it up, but it might be for somebody. We've been told that we aren't allowed to be negative on our shows anymore about any comics.
I'm going to tuck away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
No problem. But yeah, I won't be pre-ordering it.
You will be? I want to check it out. Why not?
You know what? I'll probably give it a try, pick up the first issue, but I can't say I have any expectations for it going into it. So, I mean, it could surprise me.
You guys both know that's how drug it.
What's the synopsis? What's it about? Like the basics of it.
I just want to be clear here. This is how
idea.
drug addictions start. It's the same statements that you guys are making. You know,
I'll give it a go.
I'll try it once. You know what I mean? What's
try everything once.
There are worse ways I could spend $20. You know what I mean? Just throwing that out there, guys. All right. As a friend, this is your intervention. This wasn't even a live stream, guys. Okay. This is just an intervention. I found out that both of you guys like Machine Gun Kelly, and I wanted to make it stop. So you're welcome. As your friend.
I don't even know much about him. I want to kind of want to see what he's all about, but I know I'm not going to like him, but you know.
Some of his older music I thought was actually pretty good. But yeah, as it was said before, he's kind of turned lately into one of those people that just says a lot of mean stuff to other people in order to stay relevant, I think.
So it's turned to a dick.
Yeah, so which is unfortunate. I mean, you know, it might just be a character. I mean, that's kind of what happens with celebrity a lot of times. You have to be someone even if that's not who you really are, and that's what sells records or whatnot, and that's what sells records. So who knows? Min comes in on Facebook saying almost got his ass kicked by McGregor. Did that happen?
Oh. Damn.
Nobody's illusion is cracking up. Dominic says, I just Googled Crocodile Dundee. I've never seen or heard of this before. You're welcome.
Catch up on the movies. They're classics.
Well, let me ask you then. Which one was better, the first or second one?
Original, but it's been so long since I've seen it that I wouldn't be able to tell you what happens in it. I just remember watching as a kid, over and over again with my parents. But yeah, first one was good.
See, I actually preferred the second one just because the first one he comes to New York. Second one we actually go to Australia. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Next comment was JD Smith Digiartist says, I still haven't read Gaiman, so I'm not going to be picking up Hotel Diablo. Which Gaiman?
Anything by Neil Gaiman is amazing.
Yeah. Well, so is it today that Coraline comes out? Or is that's tomorrow? Tomorrow Coraline comes out. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that's gonna be badass. But yeah, I mean, that dude is sick. Have you guys seen Sandman or read Sandman?
I haven't. I need to read more.
It is fantastic. That comic is so good that you can get the damn audiobook with just the audio, and it is still exceptionally good.
I'm sure Brian has.
Say that again?
The first one.
Brian loves him. So.
Go ahead, Matt.
The first one I had actually read was the one where I believe it was the Scarecrow walks into that diner, that 24-hour diner, and just sits down and just watches everybody go insane.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Oh, it was nuts.
He's badass. He's a badass writer. Definitely one of the better of the big name writers that's out there right now.
Oh, hands down. Yeah.
I think just at the beginning of that incline of popularity, to be honest with you. Jay Smith Digiartist says, rumor has it Conor McGregor thought that he was Jake Paul when he got in his grill. Not joking. I think I was talking about Machine Gun Kelly still.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul, that's one of the two blonde hair brothers that made the NFTs and ripped off Adobe stock images to do it, right? Yeah. Screw them.
Oh, man.
Nobody's Illusion says, OMG, you're missing out. Gaiman is an international treasure. He's one of my favorite authors.
Wow.
Hey.
Logan out.
Neil Gaiman. Sorry, we're going back.
Mm.
Fucking amazing.
Told you.
Yeah, book, incredible. Sandman, work of art.
Yes, very, very good.
Right.
Let's see here. We've got so Ricky Gervais
Oh, yes.
is doing a comic for a nonprofit organization, which I think is cool. The Ecosystem Lost and Fun Project, which I think is pretty badass. He's not the first creator to do this, or first celebrity to become a creator and do this, but his stuff actually looks really good.
Yeah, he's one of what does it say on the bottom there? One of more than 300 celebrities who have collaborated on comics for Rewriting Extinction Project.
Yeah, so this gets us to our topic of the night. So, celebrities in comics. First of all, is that a good thing or a bad thing? What do you guys think?
I have mixed feelings.
Okay.
Look, if the story's great, that's awesome. But when I see Keanu Reeves' name pop up and the Kickstarter just hit 1,000,000% in an hour, while a lot of great stories are out there struggling, kind of frustrates me a little.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, but I don't know.
But I mean, a Kickstarter that big.
Pardon?
I was going to say a Kickstarter that big would actually, turn more people onto comics that don't normally read.
That's what
read comics, I should say. So,
yeah,
that's a good point. I guess the trickle down effect could be people who jump onto it are more exposed to all the other indie stuff that's that's in the background, looking to get funded. So, all right, you got me. I'm out.
Yeah.
Well,
no, this is the discussion. Not at all.
No, it's good. It's it's good and bad because your point's really, really valid. It's it might just people who might not be into the comic genre at all suddenly they know all about this site that's about funding comics. You're saying, it's funding every single thing you think of. So that's obviously awesome, but at the same time, just see a project just get funded that quickly and just
on name alone.
Yeah, it kind of it hurt. But no, you're right.
So there used to be standard that
I guess just raise the exposure of comics and indie creators in general is a good thing. But
it used to be more standard that celebrities would do cameo appearances inside of the comics, on the cover, in the pages, as a character even. But
Muhammad Ali versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's familiar with that particular cover.
But
we're still trying to get Paul Hogan in Freefall and Roundhouse Hooligans, but it's up for negotiation.
Why not?
I feel like there was a comic released a long time ago, The Ultimate Warrior. He was a wrestler that he did. And it was the weirdest comic I'd ever seen. I'm not going to say it was good or bad, but it was very strange. And I almost feel so on one hand, I'm not an Obama fan, but I, for some reason, started collecting any comic that Obama was on the cover of because he ended up being on the cover of all sorts of different comics. I have one that's Obama and Ash from Evil Dead. When are you going to see that again?
He's been in Spider-Man. Superman did a character that was based off of him, so I don't know if you'd call that one. But Spider-Man's actually has had probably more cameos of actual stars than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, they had David Letterman was in Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, Barack
no,
Obama.
he was in Avengers. Letterman was in Avengers.
I want to say he was also in a Spider-Man at one point in time.
You had Eminem was in a Punisher.
Yeah,
issue.
we got Stephen Colbert in a Spider-Man.
Let's see. The other late night guy wrote a Spider-Man. The guy from Saturday Night Live. What's his name? Anyways, so it used to be that they would cameo in, try to sell, be on the cover, stuff like that, sell more issues. Now it's pivoting over to where more frequently they're the actual creator.
See, now I started hating that when Nicolas Cage wrote that comic. I couldn't stand it.
Okay, that was. I know we're not supposed to be negative, but that was a fucking terrible comic.
I didn't know he did that.
So bad.
What did Nicolas Cage write?
I don't remember the name of it.
I'll have to Google it. Give me a second.
It was definitely just built upon the idea that people were going to buy it because Nick Cage wrote it. But it was, which sucks too, because he's a huge comic nerd.
Well, it was him and his son, I believe.
Here, check this out. J. Smith Digiartist says, Brisey, you guys need to get Machine Gun Keller to enjoy your comic on Kickstarter. I don't think Brian looks like he's very excited about that idea.
I don't know the guy that well. I know him personally, so I'm not going to judge him. But, yeah.
Oh, jeez. J. Smith Digiartist comes back in to say, I never picked up a book because the celebrity was involved.
Exactly.
I have a few times, but I mean, BRZRKR, I think, is the only celebrity, endorsed, I guess you'd say, right? Made comic that I picked up, and I grabbed that just because we were in Denver and I thought it looked cool. You know what I mean? It didn't really matter that Keanu Reeves was a part of it or anything. Dominic says, I still want to be in a comic just so that I can say, look, that's me. It's a wonderful experience.
We'll put you around. You'll be around us, Hawkins. We can do that. We can make that happen for you. Make your dream come true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
I just looked it up. Nicolas Cage and his son Weston Cage wrote Voodoo Child for Virgin Comics.
It was
bizarre. Yeah.
It was a rough time.
Recently, what's his name's son? The director, he did Star Wars Episode 7.
And his son did a comic?
His son did a Spider-Man comic, and everybody was all excited because they're like, oh, here's this celebrity son, and he wrote a comic. And it was very, how do I say this and still be positive? Generic.
It works.
That's as positive as I can get. Now, there have been some celebrities that, will turn around and write comics. Like, look at Kevin Smith's Green Hornet run. That was epic.
That was bad.
I loved everything about that comic.
So what was your guys' favorite cameo then? Cameo or celebrity made comic? Let's do it that way. What was your guys' favorite?
I haven't read enough. No, I haven't read enough.
No? Nothing?
No.
Brian, do you have one?
I'm looking over my wall of comics now, and I'm trying to work out who's in what. I think the stuff I read probably isn't what most people are going to jump into.
That's a good one.
My collection's fairly indie. I can't see many people jumping on board any of them until they explode later on.
My favorite is the Kiss comic book.
In Archie?
It was ridiculous.
It was, Kiss in Archie. You can't get any better than that.
Is that the Blood and the Ink Kiss? We're going back that far?
Oh, yeah, you could.
No, it was Marvel, wasn't it? Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Damn, that's way far. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, man? You're one of the TCT fans. I'm not going to try to pronounce
Oh,
that
hey,
name.
what's up?
This Hello Crypto. What's going on? JD Smith comes back in and says, I just realized I told a lie. I did pick up a celebrity comic. I tried several of Glenn Danzig's titles. That was enough for me. I never read those, but I'm going to be honest with you. As a Misfits fan, I kind of wanted to.
Misfits was good.
What do you do? Facebook user comes in and says, hi, guys. Remember, if it pops up on the screen saying Facebook users, because you have to give StreamYard permission to use your likeness, i.e. your profile picture and your name. If not, it'll just say Facebook user. Why? Because we respect your anonymity, even when Facebook doesn't. Because Zuckerberg is selling your information on the black web. It's probably true.
Are we still live on Facebook now, or have we been deleted?
We go back down. So let's see here. Okay, next up in news, IDW leaves Diamond for Penguin Publishing, which is nuts.
This is actually not surprising to me because, yeah, they have been primarily using Diamond, but they've been starting to recently shift over to distribute quite a bit from Penguin Random House. So the fact that they finally just moved all of their lines over, it wasn't that surprising to me.
We have to pause real quick for this comment because I don't know how I forgot it. Min comes in. I think she meant to say is Gerard Way and the Umbrella Academy. So that's true. That was a celebrity-made comic. I didn't... And see, that book was so good that you forget that it was celebrity-made. Well, hell, the TV show is really good too. But
I'm a big fan of Umbrella Academy. I love it, especially season 2.
So, okay, going back onto this news article here, who in the hell who's Diamond Publishing for now? Is anybody even left? Like, indies haven't been using Diamond for a long time.
Isn't Boom Studio still using Diamond?
I thought Boom was already on Penguin.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong there.
Well, no, let me see. See, my whole mindset, I'm thinking about like Free Comic Book Day, which was pretty recently, and that's done by Diamond. And I was like, okay, these comics were out there, but at the same time, some of them were DC, and DC isn't with Diamond anymore. So,
well, DC,
actually, I don't know.
DC did their own books, printed them, and supplied them because Diamond got upset.
Yeah, but
because they tried to say that Free Comic Book Day was all theirs.
But they still use the trademark logo.
So who knows? Let's see here. J. Smith Digier says, I know Eternal Comics were the first to bounce. Yep. That was huge. Scout Comics. You know what? I think that's right. I think Scout Comics is still on because I think I saw Brian Bax had actually posted an image of a whole bunch of Diamond books for I forget the name of the book. The Swamp Thing looking deal. His new series. But yeah, so I think that's accurate because that's printed through Scout. Source Point, I do not know if they're still there or not. Dark Horse, I know it was in the news that Dark Horse had announced that they were in talks with Penguin, but I never saw if anything finished with that.
Well, I just looked up the Diamond website, and it looks like there are several with Image. There are several with
Image.
DC. I did remember that DC made a deal with them. I believe it's till the end of the year.
Oh, that's right. They had to make a new deal because DC and Penguin couldn't supply all the DC books because of COVID. Yeah.
There are some Dark Horse comics on there. There's still advertising some IDW comics. So even though it hasn't officially like rolled over yet.
Well, and Dark Horse is about to go huge because of Grendel. That was our next news article. Have you guys heard of that? Everything that's going on with that. So,
and Dynamite. Dynamite is with them.
So Grendel is a story from Dark Horse. This is our next news topic too, Matt. I think we have an article for this. And what's happening is that everything that's being seen so far, I guess, is so good that people are already comparing it to an MCU release. They're saying that what Dark Horse is doing is like exactly how the MCU has been put together, everything like that. And Grendel is a series that they're kind of coming forward with. That being said, though, Grendel isn't as well known as stuff like the MCU. Like MCU had Iron Man to rest on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be interesting.
Grendel was one of those really unique comics that it never really fit into any particular, universe kind of style. And I remember that was the first comic that I ever got that was, the silent book. So there were no, there was no lettering in it at all.
Mm-hmm. But it's got, so the budget for the next season of Umbrella Academy, it has twice the budget for Grendel.
Wow.
And I mean, Netflix knows Umbrella Academy is going to make money. They're already making money with it. So, I mean, somebody sees something with it. But Netflix has also recently putting a ton of money into comic shows, which is what I'm really excited about for the next news article. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off because I'm very stoked.
Well, when it comes to Grendel or comic books on like Netflix and stuff like that, you already do have a built-in audience.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. A lot of people are on there. So when are we going to see Hooligans on Netflix, guys?
I can't wait. It'll be on it'll be on one of them for sure. Has to be picked up. Can't wait.
Oh, it's gonna be sweet.
So I think conversations about this. Lucas and I were
yesterday, Sunday we were talking about it.
Yeah, we caught up for the first time in ages because Lucas and I don't live that close together. We actually got to catch up this weekend.
Oh, and cool.
We just kind of, you jump into Netflix and you're like, someone gave someone $1 million to make this shit. Like, as frustrating as it is, it's also kind of like, well, if they're going to make that shit, they might make our shit. And so fingers crossed.
Well, let's see here. Jay Smith, Digiartist, says Grendel's one of my favorite comics. Intelligent, ahead of its time, always evolving, moving forward, never looking back, uncomfortable at times, but so damn good. I've heard a lot of people say that. I've never read it yet.
Yeah, I've never read it. Put it on my list. I'm going to jump on.
I've read several of them, but I was never, I never started at the beginning. So, I would jump in and, holy crap, this issue was awesome. But I didn't quite understand what was going on in the story because, I mean, it's like jumping into, season 3, episode 5 kind of thing. And you're like, I don't know what's going on in this show.
Or picking up anything from DC in the last 30 years.
Positive.
Oh, damn. Come on, that was a good joke to slide in, though, right, guys?
Yeah.
We got Dan coming in on YouTube. What's up, Dan? I saw that you had commented "What's up, crypto" earlier, so my apologies for not getting to you. I was trying to get through chat as quick as I could, but what's up, man? Says the Black Pearl. It's less about superheroes and more about sensationalism, made by Mark Hamill. That one, damn it, that's another one. That was a really good one too. Yeah, Mark Hamill, voice of Joker. Star Wars. Yeah,
Skeletor.
He made Black Pearl. That was a really good comic, actually. I thought that was really cool. And what's funny is that it got bombed by reviews really, really badly, but then sold really, really well. Yeah, I thought that one was really good. Dominic Colby says, are there any comics that are put together like the Captain Underpants books where you can make images move by flipping back and forth? If there are, I would have never noticed it because I'm so stupid delicate with my comics when I read them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that there are some, but I probably just didn't even notice that it was an option. Wait, no, Mad Magazine. The back cover on Mad Magazine. Always did that. But that's still kind of considered a comic.
Well, they got around the whole comic book code authority by, saying we are definitely 100% not a comic book. We are a magazine. Still
awesome, though. Nobody just says, I never heard of Grendel before, didn't I? I'll have to add it to my reading list. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Rose Kirby says, please, can you tell me, Freefall Comics, are you following me or want me to follow you?
Rose, I just sent you a damn follow, so.
Oh, nice.
Follow back, bitch.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's on Instagram and not stalking from another country, but
Okay.
we love Rose, so please don't stalk her. Dan says, follow Rose. She is awesome. J. Smith says it spans decades. Dan comes back in to say, and Zehul recommended me that one too. So let's see here. Next one. I'm excited about this one because this is like one of those comics that I have loved forever and hardly anybody knows about it. But when they do, you know that there's something wrong in their head, which makes me know that I'm going to get along with them really well. So I'm not going to pronounce this right, guys. I'm sorry. Yonan Vasquez. But I think I know it's pronounced differently than that. So he's one of the creators of Invader Zim. He has another book that's called Johnny, the Homicidal Maniac, and it is fantastic. It is old, though. I'm warning everybody. This is like 2 decades old at this point. And we don't have a news article to show here, but this is like a thing that's blowing up on Reddit. It's blowing up on Twitter, stuff like that. And that supposedly a whole bunch of stuff is leaked that Netflix is actually bought rights to Johnny the Homicidal Maniac to make a show. And it looks like it might be true because they had him on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles television show that they were making. They just pulled him off of that, and he just bought a house literally 3 blocks away from the building that Netflix uses to house all their writers when they're writing scripts. So
really?
So yes, dude, if they're doing that, I'm going to be so excited, but I'm going to be so bummed if what they're doing is just another Invader Zim thing.
Well, look, I did pull up an image for those people who don't know.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I love this comic. It's so obnoxious. Just that everybody's aware.
Now, I just got to say, I just went to Google Images and
yeah, it's I don't. Do you guys like?
It looks cool.
It's like a mix between like Rob Zombie and Tim Burton's art styles. Like if you were to merge those two things,
I can see a lot of Tim Burton.
Yeah, that was cool.
I can definitely see the Tim Burton.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet stuff, man. If you guys get a chance, check that out. I like it. That doesn't mean you will. There's something definitely wrong with me mentally, though, too. So, I mean, there's a lot messed up here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Jay Smith says, "Squee." See, I told you. That's how you know something's wrong with somebody's head. Nobody literally says, "Oh my God, Invader Zim! I love Invader Zim." Look, to be clear, I do too. But it seems like Invader Zim gets all the spotlight, and Johnny doesn't get anything. But if you like Invader Zim, you will love Johnny the Homicidal. It's so good. JD Smith DJ says, "Hard rated R. Fuck off." Yep. Let's see. It oozes teenage angst, so it'll be interesting to revisit as an adult. Yeah, it's like an old Korn album. If you guys like listen to rock music, Homicidal Maniac is just like a really early Korn album, but in a comic book form. It's very much. Let's see. ATH Art Design over on Twitch gives us a heart. Thank you very much. We like hearts.
That's good.
I love some hearts.
Let's see here.
Speaking of which, guys, like, share, subscribe.
Oh, good.
Do all that kind of stuff.
Bro. Nice. I like it. Come on. Let's do the high five thing. Let's do the Jared thing where you high five through the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. You have really small hands.
Yeah. I'm literally writing down lists of like recommendations. I'm going through the comments and just typing things down because
you're like, I need to read this. I need to read this. I need to read this.
So,
you know what we need to do one of these days is have you guys go to like a local shop and find like local creators to you guys over there in Australia. Yeah. And that we need to do just like a show where all we do is spotlight like Australian comics. Because the thing is we'll never see them here unless you know what I mean? Unless you blow up or unless we run into you on social media like we have with you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really hard, like breaking into that American market. Like we have struggled so much, and it wasn't until like we kind of jumped on the crypto bandwagon that we're like, okay, we're starting to get some people. We're starting to see other people like kind of noticing us and like having, checking it out.
That really kind of sucks though, because your guys' book is killing it on our system. Well, and here's speaking of
hate
another.
the internet. I absolutely hate the internet, man. So I had to reset my modem and everything. I'm like, these guys are going to be like, Sean's ditched me. Like, what's he?
Oh no, we just figured you went and watched episode 1 again.
Yeah.
I apologize, guys. So.
Oh man, yeah. What we were just talking about doing is trying to get. What we should do one of these days is have you guys all go and find like local Aussie creators, and then come on the show just literally with floppies of their books and show them off. And these guys were just talking about how difficult it is to break in the American market. But it's funny to me that you guys would have difficulty because your guys' comics kick ass.
Oh
You know what I mean? Like between Freefall and XCT, you know what I mean? Like they're badass books, and you can even like look on crypto comics and stuff. Like people love them. You know what I mean? So it's the downside though is that you guys can't make it to conventions, in the States. I mean, Sean has, I think, once or twice before, right?
Four times I've been to the US doing different. Yeah. So I try and when I do the US ones, do back-to-backs. To make it worthwhile going over. And I guess that's why I've probably got a little bit of a following in Texas because I've done Comic Palooza, Dallas Fan Expo, and Perman Basin down there type of thing. But, for us, it's just so expensive to kind of get over and do that type of stuff. But even within Australia, like you guys are in Brisey, aren't you? That's right? Yeah. Like
Sunny Coast,
yeah. So I'm in Melbourne, so it's not like I can even nick over and see Lucas and say, "Oh, hey man, what are you doing?" and how's things go. We can't do that at the moment.
Oh, you guys don't already know each other? I thought there was like 6 people in Australia.
Yeah, but it's
like Melbourne's got like a much stronger sort of, I guess like comic audience.
Yeah.
I'd say. Like,
see, it's interesting that you say that because I reckon Adelaide's got the strongest. Like when I do all the,
could possibly because Adelaide doesn't have much going on for it. Like, racism as well. Like,
no offense to anybody in Adelaide that may be watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't agree with that. No, just ostracized the whole audience. That no.
Yeah, we're fine.
Let me check back in with chat here real quick, guys. Jay Smith, the artist, says corn equals Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Damn good analogy. Thank you. That's what I do. Nobody's Illusion says, oh, cool. So it's an adult Invader Zim meets How to Get Away with Murder. Actually, yes. Yes, it is. That is a very good one. Nick Steiner comes in. What's up, Nick? And what's up, Free Fall?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's Illusions. Grendel and Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. So that's her reading list tonight, I think. I think that's what's going on there. So, all right. So we saved this, Sean, because you weren't on the stream, and then you popped off of the stream. So we have to roll back to crowdfunding campaigns real quick here, guys, because Sean is actually launching one this week for XCT Monsters. So after the stream, everybody needs to go over and follow along with this thing. Because what are you at now? 148. So you got 2 left. 2.
I wanted to get to 150. So our last back account was 144 for our XCT. So we're actually over how many backers that we got last time, which is fantastic. So, but yeah, we're two followers away from 150. I was like, if we can get to 150, that'd be awesome. So.
Okay, well, I just pulled it up and it's at 149. So come on, chat. Who's going to be 150? Somebody's got.
I just hit refresh. What? Oh, okay.
So we're at 149. So somebody's got to hit this thing at 150. Come on. So this one's going to be interesting because Sean's actually going to be launching this in Australia and then waiting like a few hours and then doing a stateside launch with us that evening. So Sean is not going to get any sleep, first of all, which is going to be great because we expect him to be all sorts of weird and loopy through the entire time. Which is just fantastic. You know what I mean? But
I think we came to 150.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I just jumped on then.
Yep,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Brian's like, damn it, I want to get 150. So congratulations, you get 150 so far. So yeah, and this book looks rad. You can see the preview inside of the system right now, inside of Crypto Comics, and that preview will be updated with a link in the back page here very soon. But you can get kind of an idea of what's going on with it. It's an anthology, which is going to be rad, but it looks to me, and I got to ask you this right now, Sean. I got to put you on the hot seat. Like it's more of an introduction of a series of different books than what we would standardly refer to as an anthology. So is this going to be an intro to this new Monsters world or new characters that are going to be in other XCT books? Like what's going on with it?
Well, we've got Alexander Malyshev returning, and I think Lucas might know who that is. But he's created a character called the Hunter, and he was in our last anthology. So this is the first time we've kind of transferred that character over. But the anthologies came about because we wanted to kind of pitch this to Netflix, and the first response that we got back was that with only 5 issues out, they're like, we'll just chew through your content too much. You need to kind of expand out that universe. So we actually use the anthologies as like an introduction to characters, and then you'll see them come into the ongoing series type of thing. So with both Most Wanted and now Monsters, you'll start to see those characters trickling into the series. So it's really cool to kind of pad out that universe and set some rules around what's going on and what else is going on while Spartacus is doing what he's doing. So we've done a catch-up video on this Kickstarter to also help people that maybe haven't read Kickstarter XCT to catch up and see where this is, because it actually takes place in between the last 2 graphic novels. So they can watch the video, get caught up, and then just back this issue or get the whole collection if you're that type of collector and that. So yeah.
So I'm going to ask this on behalf of Matt and myself and Jared and Jared's orange cowboy hat. So as soon as XCT and or as soon as Hooligans ends up on Netflix or the like, it could be the damn Hallmark Channel. I don't mind. But please promise that you will kill us. Like we get to be extras that get like horrifically murdered at the beginning of one of your shows.
At the beginning.
Yeah. Right off the bat.
At the very beginning. First scene.
Just Jared rolling down the street in that orange cowboy hat, and then bam, something comes just
Roundhouse Hooligans. I can see that getting made on Netflix or Stan or Amazon.
I always thought it as an animated series, mature animated series. Like that's how I always envisioned it. Yeah. Yeah.
See, nice. I was thinking that Roundhouse Hooligans would be great on like what was it? With the boys. What is that channel?
On
Amazon Prime.
On Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want to see both XCT and Hooligans as live action. I am not going to say no to an animated series, to be clear.
I'll be happy with it.
Yeah, I actually found out, and I don't know if how far you've gone down this avenue, Lucas, but I actually found out it's actually more expensive to do animated than it is to do live action.
I have heard that. Yes, I have heard that.
I was like, really? Because I was like so intent going, I'll do animation. That'll be cheaper. That'll be easier to get across the line. And then when I went to a few interviews, they're like, nah, you probably better go try live action.
I spoke to a few animators. Like, could you do like a quick 1 minute like little thing for Roundhouse Hooligans? Like, it's going to be this much money. It's like, whoa. For 1 minute. $10,000 for a 1 minute scene. It's like, how many frames? Like this many frames? Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, because they were like, did they tell you? We charge per 10 seconds.
Per frame or something.
I was like, oh wow. I was like, geez, that got expensive real quick.
So it might be a live action after all.
Yeah. But if you check out Fry's videos, I reckon he could do something pretty good at a reasonable price. It's not like he's got a lot of work to do.
I can't do shit. Don't do that, Sean. What are you doing, man? He's doing that because I told him I'd make a like one of our crypto comics commercials with his art in it. He's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be really cool." And so he sent me over the art, and he asked me today. He's like, "Hey, is that done?" I was like, "Dude, I haven't started. Like, I'm still rendering out footage from a convention that Matt was at last weekend. You know what I mean? Hey, if the company gets big enough and you guys sell enough comic books, and I can get a pretty serious desktop that'll just be rendering nonstop, guys. Okay, so let's just work together here, and then everything is going to be good to go." So you hear that, ladies and gentlemen in the chat? Buy comic books so that I can get shiny new toys. Rose Kerber says, "Don't forget I can't see the comments. I have to wait until you're going to talk about Batman." It's 3:40 a.m. and I'm falling asleep. So Batman's coming up. Keep in mind that we go through the news in chunks now based on the new layout. DC is almost always going to be last. Why?
Because Fry hates DC.
He doesn't hate DC, but I make sure it comes last because I want to hear Marvel stuff. Just saying. Nick Steiner comes in and says it's amazing amount of Aussie creators that I found in South Korea when I was there doing work for Icor Comics. I even gave out a few issues. Lots of awesome people down from the sticks. Is it easier to travel to South Korea for conventions and stuff for you guys than the United States?
Well, not at the moment.
Well, all the Asian countries are closer. So I guess financially that'd be a little bit
Was that you, Matt?
Was that? That was great. Was that you, Matt? It's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah. I guess all of the Asian countries are probably easier to get to and cheaper. There's a really big one in Singapore, but I haven't done that one before. I've only done New Zealand. So yeah. Have you done any of the international ones, Lucas? Or
no, we haven't been able to travel to any of them, and we want printed books before we can go to any conventions as well. So yeah.
Have you done any of the local ones with
printed books? I've been there as just a customer going there, but I haven't actually done any. But next year we're going to print with Rounders Hooligans, so hopefully next year we'll hit some up, and hopefully COVID had settled down, so it should be better. Yeah.
Man, I hate the fact that your guys' voices sound so much cooler than mine right now. You know that? Nobody just says, "Ooh, I'd buy it" when we were showing XCT. Let's see. Dominic says, "Pre-read. This is a bad time to say that I'll never get my Roundhouse Hooligan shirts from the last stream." You never got the Roundhouse shirt? That isn't okay. I'll look into that, Dominic, and find out what's going on. Yeah. I'll figure that out. Nobody's Loser says, "Wow, animation is more expensive than live action." That's surprising, although I can see why. Animation has more people involved. Oh, that would make sense, actually. Yeah, because you would have a lot more. Well, I don't know. Do you have more people involved?
Can depend.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, from the process, yeah.
I guess it depends on what someone can do with anything. If you've got a multi-talented person that can do a lot, I guess with films, like directors and producers can probably do a lot. Than animation. I think that's probably, a lot more specialized field in certain areas type of thing. So,
I brought you back in, Brian. Hopefully you were ready.
Yeah, sorry, man. Just had a trampoline incident. It's all good.
I thought you were getting another beer, mate. So I was getting thirsty when I saw you down that second one. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it might be a few higher.
Yeah, sorry guys. Live streaming, 4 kids. It's
no worries, man. We get it. That's how this industry works. JD Smith says 3D animation is crazy involved. I'll bet it is. I mean,
I do 3D modeling, and that's crazy. I couldn't imagine doing animating stuff. Just struggling.
Yeah.
And continues to say a lot of heavy 3D movies have several visual studio effects and animation houses included.
Makes sense.
I know it's interesting when you go back and have a look at Weta Digital. and have a look at how many films they've actually like been involved with. Because they've done some sort of visual effects in those films. It's a crazy amount of films.
Let's see here. Next up on the news, we got TidalWave is in the news for Selena comic. So we're going to talk about that really quick because what's funny about this is that this is a TidalWave book from Darren. We love Darren. But what's funny is that this is actually hitting the news because fans of Selena are like uber amped. I guess that this book just did right by Selena.
Well,
really well.
That is, one thing I'm noticing about the Selena kind of fan base is they are hardcore. Even though she died back in 1995, just people are still anything to do with her. There was that movie, Selena, starring J-Lo. Then they recently had the Selena TV series on Netflix, I believe it was. But yeah, like in all honesty, I could honestly say I didn't hear of her until she actually died when that song came out of hers, Dreaming of You. She was from Texas, just kind of blew up in the music scene as kind of a Latin America singer. And surprising enough, she was actually killed by her
like a manager or something like that.
Yeah, it was her manager. Yeah.
As one does, I mean, just usually not physically.
Insane.
But yeah, so congratulations to TidalWave though, because supposedly they knocked it out of the park with this book. I haven't read it, but yeah,
they've consistently been kind of knocking it out of the park. Their last one was the Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
Oh man, did that make the news? For good reasons. Let me say for good reasons.
It was everywhere, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh no, it was extremely popular and just nothing but good reviews on that one. And then now this one as well. So, bravo to Darren Davis.
Yeah, good job, man. So next up, Marvel news. So this one's like more of a discussion topic, I guess, than anything. But have you guys kept up with like what happened with Marvel this week and what they're doing with everything?
Maybe.
Cinematic, like MCU or
so specifically the What If series came out, and you see for the first time like Shuri's using the Black Panther suit, but at the exact same time in the comics, Shuri's taking over for Iron Man now as well. And so basically everybody's just thinking that what Marvel is doing is they are pushing Shuri forward in these two avenues to test and see how that's going to work out for the MCU film franchises and Marvel Studios.
A bad idea of testing
to push her in as Black Panther in the movies.
I don't see what options they have. I mean, you can't replace Chadwick, so
True.
You're going to need to bring in someone like we're all familiar with, we all know, and
So they've also said that they wouldn't be recasting him or using any kind of CGI. So I don't know how they're going to pass the mantle.
How they'll do the transition.
Like we can't just start off with Shuri taking the mantle. There's got to be some sort of explanation, right? Like
they'll write it in. But I think she'll. Her character was great.
Her character was great. The acting was phenomenal. She was very well written too. So,
they probably have enough of Chadwick from the older movies, like enough recorded content that they cut and didn't use, or things like that they could probably make something work at this point.
I kind of like what they did with
transition. They have to show something. They have to honor Chadwick in some way to reintroduce her. Like that was just my personal thoughts.
And they did the similar thing with Carrie Fisher as well. They redid footage, reused footage, and then kind of added that all in to have her death scene in the last movie in the Rise of Skywalker. So I guess they could do something similar to that, because the whole story of becoming the next Black Panther is that it gets passed down from one to another. So I just guess how they write that into the series. So I don't think they're going to leave him alive and he's just out there somewhere. I definitely think they'll have to
write. There's too much of
they'll just be like, oh, Black Panther went water skiing, so I took a suit for me.
Yeah.
We're good. You know what I mean?
I hope they do it tastefully.
Yeah.
The What If series have been amazing. It's been much more darker than I thought it was going to be. That Doctor Strange one, I was like,
that blew my mind.
Talk about morbid, living in your own personal hell type of thing. That was brutal. So
that one was a weird one. They tried to almost make it seem like a cautionary tale, but at the same time, it's like, who are they trying to caution? And then I brought up to Fry that I have this whole theory about that actually being the Doctor Strange that we see in the trailer for the new Spider-Man. Because if you notice,
Doctor Strange, he seems different, don't you reckon? They've only driven this a few scenes, but I'm like, no, it doesn't seem like the Doctor Strange we've all been introduced to so far. Like, he just seems in the comics, he's really arrogant, but I don't think we've outside the first one, they're obviously open with his arrogance, but as his character developed, I don't think we've seen that so far. I'm really curious to see what happens with it, especially with this. Yeah, let's rewrite history for you, Peter Parker. Let's see what happens. I'm like, something seems off. And I'm really,
it really did, and that's why I was saying it could be that Doctor Strange from that What If, because first off, his hands weren't shaking,
which has been consistent. You've seen it in
he didn't seem like he had learned those lessons that he had been taught throughout, the first movie as well as the Avengers, and just playing with time. That's a big no-no. And he's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. As soon as Wong leaves, we'll get started.
I just want to see Cosmic Ghost Rider pop in. That's it. That's all I care about.
Not to mention, how did he get the stone back in the first place?
Yeah. That's
No.
Stay tuned. We'll all find out.
Yeah. It's such an exciting time to be a nerd. It's so good. I mean, for the last 10 years, it's been an exciting time to be a nerd. They just keep they keep pulling it off. They keep doing it well. So, I'm waiting to see what happens.
Let me catch up with chat here real quick, guys. J. Smith Idriarta says, is TidalWave the king and queens of biopic comic adaptations? I think nobody already answered this and saying yes, definitely, absolutely. I mean, for the most part, yeah. They're killing it with those things. JD Smith also says, I'm on board for sure. You're taking over the mantle, replacing Chadwick. Oof. Yeah, that one's going to be weird to see how they read it.
It'll be heartbreaking, but it'll be.
I hope they don't try to, give Siri a lot of those same attributes that they did. Chadwick Boseman. I hope she stays in her own.
Remains the same character.
Her own character.
Outfit. Yeah.
I'm pretty confident they will. I think. But I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing by this stage, and I don't think. I don't know. I think it'd be suicide to try and just reinvent her now.
Yeah, that's a fair point. JD Smith comes in and say maybe they'll take a page out of DC's movies and pack the first 15 minutes with narration full of exposition. I hope they don't do that.
Let's not take anything out of those movies.
Please. I was just about to bring up what Star Wars did with Carrie Fisher. We got a smiley face. Nick Steiner comes to say the CGI in Rogue One was fantastic. You know what?
Yeah,
the CGI in all of those was really well done. But when
So
you have
they
industrial
already
light
said
and
they-
magic, like
yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be like, oh, we're coming out with Star Wars. Let's not have the best possible CGI on the face of the planet. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just going to be like, phone this one in, boys. It's just Carrie Fisher. No worries. You know what I mean?
Has anyone seen the Mandalorian season 2 making of?
No.
That how they did the young Luke Skywalker and how they used thousands of images of him back in the day was just phenomenal. Like, it was just crazy. So it's pretty impressive what they can do now. So
It's like a deep fake on steroids, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy how they did that. Well, I mean, everything
I
on
will say
Mandalorian
this,
is
though.
badass, so. Go ahead.
Kevin Feige has already said that he will not do any kind of CGI to bring Chadwick Boseman in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that he felt it would be distasteful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. Nobody's illusion comes in and says, oh, the Doctor Strange multiverse could explain it. It could be a cop-out, but it could easily work. Hey, guys, keep in mind, multiverse has been a thing in Marvel for a very, very long time. It's just new to MCU, which is why I'm saying Cosmic Ghost Rider for the win. Dude, I want to see him do it. I want to see an entire movie where he's sitting there with baby Thanos strapped to his chest, rolling through space. I want to see
Now, I will say, I would love it if Doctor Strange, opens up a portal and pulls up, there's Cosmic Ghost Rider with little baby Thanos, and he's just like, never mind, and just leaves.
Dude,
I
I would love it. I would squee in that movie theater, you guys. It would sound like a 6-year-old girl's birthday party coming out of one grown man.
The one thing that I like about the idea of using the multiverse of madness as well is it now gives them an opportunity to actually use every single movie that has ever been created and go, well, this is how it's tied together. So they could use the original Fantastic Four movies. They can use Blade with Wesley Snipes. They can use all the Spider-Mans. They can use the X-Men, and just have it as they're even talking about Daredevil being in this, and using all the Netflix audience and that because they allude to certain things, but it could be just that it's in a different universe, multiverse type of thing. So it does.
I think it's in the commercial. I mean, Daredevil's in the new Spider-Man.
Yeah,
well, he's not in the commercial.
Are we going by like I saw like the whole YouTube trying to break down, like there's a lawyer scene in was it Spider-Man? I think the hairy arms.
Yes.
Wait. Is that such and such as hairy arms? And I don't know.
Well, if you watch it in the IMAX, you actually see the full screen. It is not Charlie Cox.
What?
In that scene?
It
is not.
I want my money back already.
Then again, Marvel has been known to doctor their trailers. Look at the original Avengers Age of Ultron, Infinity War. Infinity War, you had Hulk running down in Wakanda.
Yeah, and then in the actual movie, it wasn't Hulk; it was the Hulkbuster suit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Those tricky sons of... They better give me Cosmic Ghost Rider.
What do you think of Norman Reedus playing him?
I'm fine with anybody playing him at all.
I want to see.
Come on, Norman Reedus always looks good on a bike, so
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Dude, I don't care who it. Like, I think it would be really cool if we got a Donny Cates cameo as Ghost Rider. I think that would be wicked. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. He's gone over to Indy now at this point, I think. I mean, he's still working on a few titles, but I think at this point he's a bigger name than, you know what I mean? I don't think he wants to follow in the whole Stan Lee footsteps type of thing and try to do cameos everywhere. But I don't know, man. I don't care who plays him. I just want someone to play him. I just want Cosmic Ghost Rider in the MCU. It just makes so much sense, guys. Have you guys read those books, by the way?
No, I just Googled it, and the artwork is amazing. He looks such a cool character.
They are absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to put it out there right now. Like if you're a big fan of Marvel, you probably won't like these books because they're entirely centered around the idea of just basically mocking everything in Marvel's history. But that's what I like about them. They don't take themselves too seriously. Let's see here. Min comes in and says, "Is there a comic book movie where the reboot is better?" Ooh, that's a good question.
Yes.
Which one? What do you think, Matt?
Okay, so back in 1943, we had Batman. Of course, 1989, Batman, Michael Keaton, so much better. And I want to say the follow-up to that movie was also called Batman Returns.
Is that still considered a reboot, though, when it's like 50 years?
Technically, yes.
I don't know. Like, I see reboots as being like Spider-Man. Comes out with another Spider-Man 3 years later. You know what I mean? I think 50 years at that point.
All right, we'll go with Amazing Spider-Man, which was a reboot, but, and then the next reboot was Tom Holland's Homecoming.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. I think I know that Hulk itself wasn't ever rebooted, but the Hulk character and the actor playing Hulk in the MCU was rebooted.
Well, Hulk was originally who played it?
Edward Norton.
No, what was that, Sean?
Eric Bana or Lou
Eric Bana, yeah.
Oh, that's right. And then Ed Norton, and then yeah,
Mark Ruffalo.
And I think Mark Ruffalo's better as Hulk.
Yeah,
but that still hasn't been a reboot. That's just a recasting.
I know, but are you interested in the what if? Did you notice that it didn't look like Edward Norton, that they changed it and made it look like Mark?
Yeah.
In that what if episode.
Yeah, I know that as well.
They did too,
yeah. They'd gone back, and rather than having it look like Edward Norton as the Hulk, they'd actually changed the look and made it look like Mark. So.
So let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that were like that would stand out. I can't think of anything else.
The Captain America movies.
Okay, that's not even fair though. Those original ones weren't even real movies. God, that's like comparing Dark Knight to like the Adam West Batman and being like, it's a reboot. Like, I mean, come on, that's not the same thing. Rose Kirby says, think what I actually said, that Doctor Strange is from an alternate reality a different reality. Yep, I think that could be the case. Nobody's Illusion's laughing. Nobody Illusion says, I would love that. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with chat, guys. We're a little bit behind here. Nobody's Illusion also says, well, we're going on 2 hours already. Yep, now we're 2 hours, 7 minutes because I'm behind on chat like an idiot. We got Howard the Duck in the MCU. What are the chances we'll get Spidey's pal Frogman? Oh, that's a good one. I mean, he's not wrong. We got Howard the Duck, so anything is possible now. Nobody thought Howard the Duck was ever coming back. Although that was a brilliant movie. No? Just me? Okay.
No, I love it.
I like weird stuff, guys. Nobody just says, oh dear, not Howard the Duck. Howard rules. The Howard the Duck movie is good. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, here you go. Many would say the Dread reboot is better.
One of them.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
I think I'd agree with that.
Why is there another one?
The second one is so much better. Like I was screaming out for a sequel to that one with Carl.
I think there was a petition on stage as well for this.
Great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I am the law. That was so terrible. Okay, let's see. Nobody just says, man, to each their own. Min says, Batman was more of a reboot, a different take from different people. That's true. But see, Batman, it was more understandable, though, because Batman's had so many variables in the DC universes that it's easy to say, oh, well, this isn't a reboot. This is just, this Dark Knight is just Frank Miller's Batman. Or, so I think...
Imagining.
Yeah, I think as a comic nerd, it's easy to be like, oh, they're redoing Batman again? Yeah, what's new? So does DC. You know what I mean? Every other month. That's right. I said it, Matt. What's up? What you gonna do about
Hey, no, did you see me arguing?
that? Jay Smith says, Ang Lee's Hulk stank. Don't beat around the bush, did you, artist? Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Let's see. Norton's Hulk was a reboot. Let's see. Nick Steiner says, I just want to see Victor Von Doom done correctly. One of the best Marvel villains.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Doom is sick. I mean, Dr. Doom's still one of the best Marvel villains.
That Fantastic Four reboot was horrible.
Oh,
Had some good
so
actors,
bad.
Yeah.
but
I
that
couldn't
reboot
watch it.
was-
I cringed every second.
That one hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
That one.
Because at least the originals were cheesy, and they played into that. It was family fun. It was cheesy. This next one, I just don't know.
They tried to go on a darker level, and it just didn't. Yeah.
They tried to make a DC film.
Yeah.
It worked.
They did. It was horrible.
They're working so well.
It fit right into the DC Universal films.
So I would like to say, I would absolutely love in the Multiverse of Madness to see Chris Evans' Fantastic Four, the Human Torch, meet Chris Evans' Captain America. And they got to make a joke about how they,
Only
look alike.
if Killmonger meets the Michael B. Jordan version of the Torch at the exact same time.
With that interaction, I want Chris Evans to talk about the American ass again.
Yes, I see the same thing.
That's the interaction that I want.
Have me
So if
check
you're
out their
listening,
asses.
Marvel.
Oh, geez. What is going on the show nowadays? All right. So DC news. Here you go, Rose Kirby.
Yep.
DC fans all celebrated Batman Day. And I will say, was it Hulu that has, they're doing Batman month? I think it's on Hulu that they're doing that. Anyways, yeah. So everybody's got DC stuff or Batman stuff coming out. But the new trailer is going to debut on DC Fandom event, which we're going to be live streaming. So that's going to be fun.
Yep.
Because the last trailer they did during DC Fandom, and we got to do that, which was awesome. When you get to see Batman absolutely cripple somebody. Hopefully a henchman.
Yeah.
Might not have been, though. So, I mean, basically, everybody's talking about one thing. Because the Batman comics aren't performing as well as you would expect them to. Not a lot of people are following along, anything like that. But this new movie seems to be showing quite a bit of promise as far as social media and how many people are engaged, how many people are watching it and keeping an eye on it. What do you guys think? Think it's gonna?
I'm actually more excited to see Catwoman's character over Batman's. Like Kravitz pull off Catwoman. I think hopefully she's in a lot, and hopefully she does a lot. So yeah, I'm more excited for that than Batman. I've seen so many Batmans done. So yeah.
Sean, what do you think, man?
What's this guy's actor's name again? I've got a mental blank. What's his,
Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson?
Yes.
I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Agreed.
He really is.
Everyone talks about, he's in Twilight, he's in Twilight, but he's done such a range of work. From the Outlaw King on Netflix, where he's a French king and everything, to the Elephant movie, Water with Elephants, and everything. He's such a good actor. So, and he does have that, vengeful, brooding type of look. So I'm going to reserve judgment until I've seen this one. The trailer has got me intrigued, but I haven't been a huge fan of all the DC films, but I did watch the latest Suicide Squad the other day, and that's what you get when you let someone from Marvel do a DC movie. You get a phenomenal movie. So James Gunn just knocked that out of the park. So I'm going to reserve judgment until I've seen this.
Agreed.
It's not just that it was James Gunn, although you got to admit James Gunn is an amazing storyteller. But the fact that the studio actually had enough insight to actually say, you know what, we're just going to sit back, let you do your thing, just tell us how much of a check to write, kind of thing. And we got a great movie versus look at, with the first Suicide Squad, the studio kept stepping in and saying, nope, we want it to be a comedy. And they're like, well, it's already made and it's a drama. Add jokes.
The biggest thing that I found is you watch that movie compared to all the other DC movies, it has more violence and more killing in that, but it's bright. It's bright. It's vibrant. It's that you can do brutal and gritty without having to have everything dark and in shadows and everything. And that's what I thought James Gunn did phenomenal well. That scene where John Cena and Elba are just slaughtering everyone in the camp type of thing. That's still daylight. It's still bright. It's like, they could have easily done that at night. But they're the things that I thought were really clever and really do. You look at all the battle scenes in all of the DC movies, they're all done at nighttime or, it's overcast and everything like that. People can't fight on a bright sunny day. Like, you can still be pissed off on a bright sunny day. So
Batman isn't a daytime character.
No.
What? So he only goes out at night, and then because crime only goes out at night. Come on.
I mean, yeah.
Come on.
That's Batman.
That's how he's always been in the comic
books. That is lazy writing. That is lazy writing, saying that this character only works from 8 p.m. till 6 a.m., but 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. because it's daylight savings. Whoop! Got to get back before the sun. He's not a vampire, man. Oh, actually, he's a vampire.
He has been.
That's another reboot. Brian, what do you think, man? You haven't chimed in on this one.
No, I agree with Sean. I mean, it wasn't until the third in Christian Bale one. I've totally blanked on the name, but that was one of the first daytime scenes we saw in Batman. Him fighting outside the front, the Wall Street, that scene there, where everything up until then had just been night, shadow. It's like they take they take a dark script and they translate it to a Dark Knight desaturated. I don't think it has to be like that, because I thought the same thing with new Suicide Squad. It's dark as fuck. I had the kids watching it and I turned it off because I'm like, oh, wait a sec, it's got blown off. This isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Get out of the room. I'll tell you how it ended. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I definitely see Batman's vibe as being this sort of night stalker sort of dude. It's obviously it's how he operates. He's all based around fear. So I can understand him appearing nighttime to these villains and things, but I don't know, give me some light. I want to see what's happening. I actually want to see what's going on in the scenes rather than just, I don't know.
Before me, I reckon you could do a really cool warehouse scene where it's light outside, you've got light coming in through a window and he's hiding in the shadows. So the fight scene, that type of stuff I think would be much cooler than just having fighting, at night type of thing. But just
because he's in daylight doesn't mean he's not using the shadows and the darkness to his advantage.
Didn't Batman do that in Kick-Ass already, though?
Big Daddy.
I was going to see how many people caught that one. Okay, so Nick Steiner comes in and says, if you count it, one of my favorite reboots would be the Daredevil movie to the Netflix series. That series was awesome and true to the comic. That's a very good point. That and Punisher.
All I gotta say, that hallway scene, dude, that hallway fight scene,
and
the one that was in one take. Oh yeah. Oh, so brutal.
Dude, I think both of those are very deserving of their own movies at this point. It bums me out that those got pulled from Netflix like it did, because they were performing well. They had new seasons already written, ready to rock and roll. And then Marvel.
Even Jessica Jones, I thought was phenomenal as well.
Yeah.
I like Jessica Jones.
The only one that was a bit of a letdown. Other than that, and Luke Cage I did like, but it was very, very one-dimensional. It was just like, I'll just walk in the room, get shot, and punch people.
Yeah.
There's no other nuance or anything to his character. But yeah,
I preferred Luke Cage season 2 to season 1, and I know I'm kind of most people preferred, well, most of my friends anyway have spoken to preferred season 1 to season 2, but I actually liked Luke Cage season 2. I thought it had a little bit more depth. Like there's, I don't know, like it didn't seem as black and white, like the villains, the motives, everything going on like that. But
see, I loved season 1 until they killed off Cottonmouth, and then I was like, it was just.
Yeah, I was surprised they got rid of him so quickly as well. I'm like, I thought he'd be a guy who would stick around for a bit longer.
Oh yeah.
Well, the weird thing is too is that like you've got other characters that are in these shows that aren't central characters. I mean, they're kind of central characters, but like Kingpin between Daredevil, and somebody in chat had actually mentioned this too, but Kingpin between Daredevil and Punisher, like make a damn Kingpin movie. Have the same actor, just get it. Like they cast that perfectly. They wrote it perfectly. Let me keep going in chat here, though, guys, because I'm a little bit behind. Nick Steiner says Robert Pattinson would have been a better Nightwing.
Yes.
Well, see, I would love. You know, it's supposed to be year 2, which is younger. So Batman. Robert Pattinson, does fit in with that. But as far as Nightwing, if you've been watching the Titans, man, I love what they're doing with Nightwing there.
Yeah. But see, if they would have just come out and said Robert Pattinson just got cast as Nightwing, I think everyone universally would have been like, "Oh shit, this might be cool."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think that putting him as the Batman, you're automatically setting up that stage where like I'm sorry, man, but people are starting to get a little cold to Batman reboots. You know what I mean? Like, how many are we going to have at this point?
Well, as long as they don't go into Thomas and Martha's story again, I think we'll be fine.
They're definitely gonna. You know they are. It's gonna happen.
That's why Homecoming was so good. Is they like everyone knows who Spider-Man is. We don't need to show him getting bitten by a spider again. So I'm hoping they do the same thing with Batman. I hope they don't go back and retell it, and they just let him be Batman and tell a story type of thing. Like,
do you think any of the new Spider-Mans are gonna call back to that though? Like that pivotal moment of Spider-Man, like
I think they left it behind. It's too late to go back there now.
We just all know we've seen him die too many times. Can we just move on and just, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, it's a really pivotal part of who he is. Like, will we touch on that ever again? Like,
I think that's Tony Stark. I think they're using Tony Stark as that point for him. And
hold on, guys. We got a good question in chat here. We got to discuss this one. This is a good one. J. Smith Digiardo comes to say, question, Matt, why hasn't DC pulled the trigger and just made Batman into a TV show rather than saving the character for a movie every couple of years? Warner would surely pump the money into it. And I'm not talking about the Gotham series. I'm talking an animated series quality, but in live action.
So okay. DC they essentially tried to do that, and they got told no. The CW tried to do that. So what ended up happening is they were told they cannot use Batman as a character. So what they did was they transferred everything over to be Green Arrow, and that's why we got the Arrowverse. That was originally supposed to be just a flat out Batman.
But think about it this way. Honestly, how many people go onto the CW? You know what I mean?
That was doing very well in the ratings.
Warner Brothers has HBO now, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They've got partnerships built. They've got all those things. And this comment even goes into it, like looking at Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, and then looking at Batman, thinking, why not? I mean, think about it, dude. If it was something that was like, a Disney Plus type of level thing, you know what I mean? Look at like the popularity of Loki and how well that did. You know what I mean? Like if they took Batman and it was a running series, you know what I mean? The character aged, the bad guys were actually well introduced, and it took time to commit. Like they did well with Gotham, and Gotham,
I think,
killed it.
Yeah, but if they were to go on that level, it would have to be after the Green Lantern series. If that does well, I think they'll start looking at other DC comic characters that are bigger names, like the Batman, and hopefully we'll get a good Batman series where it's just Batman. And then, at least for the first season, before they start little by little bringing on other characters.
What do you think of Superman and Lois, Matt?
Oh, I love that show. Love it. Love it. Love it.
I thought it was phenomenal because I felt it was more of a family story rather than just a Superman story. And being a father myself, and Matt, you as well, and that having children and then going, well, being told that you're not there and feeling like you're a failure, even though you're like the supreme being. I loved that take on Superman. I thought that was fantastic because I was thinking that it was just going to be another Lois and Clark, another love triangle, another type of thing. So to have that montage, that's the only 15-minute montage I loved, is to catch everyone up on Superman's story and then bang, let's get into the story. I thought that was really good.
Towards the end of that first season, we actually go back to that whole montage and it expands everything. And it was done so well. Usually we have to wait till season 5 or 6 before we get that kind of, I always call it the recap episode, where it just takes you through the entire thing. But it was right there towards the end of season 1, and it was done beautifully. So,
what do you think, Lucas?
I haven't watched it all yet. I watched the first episode. That's it. I need to get back into it. There's too much to watch at the moment. I can't keep up. Like, I just started watching Why the Last Man, the new series of Why the Last Man. I started watching that. That was pretty cool.
Dude, I am still watching the last season of Umbrella Academy. That's how far behind I am on like television shows until it comes to something that Marvel puts out. Like, I'm not caught up at all. But I have to be with Marvel.
I'm going to throw this out there. I have to agree with Fry. The most underrated comic book based TV show of all time is MODOK.
MODOK is so
I love it.
Dude, if you guys haven't had a chance to watch it, like,
I haven't watched that.
Have you guys seen Robot Chicken? Have you ever seen that show, Robot Chicken?
Yeah.
It's throw MODOK into Robot Chicken. That's exactly what that show is. It is so stupid. I love it.
It's so funny.
I love it. Like, oh man. And what's funny is it doesn't take itself seriously in any way, shape, or form. What it does is it actually goes as far as possible to absolutely mock all the shit that comic shows get wrong all the time. Like, having the same henchman with like missing an arm. You know what I mean? Right. And just the same henchman's continuously in every episode trying to get MODOK to hook his arm back up. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Oswald does the voice for him.
Yeah. Throw Oswald in. I'm fanboying hard. Like, I love that dude.
Dude, it is so funny though, man. I laugh so hard while I'm watching that. I get no work done when I'm checking that show out. It's but and nobody talks about it. But I think nobody talks about it because I think it was a Hulu exclusive when it came out, and Hulu barely promoted it. I mean, but it came out, or it was supposed to come out at the same time as that Avengers video game that came out. And the Avengers game got a ton of marketing behind it, failed miserably. And I think what it was I think Marvel took a step back and they're like, okay, wait. If it's not an MCU film or show, don't market it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed until Disney Channel released that Star sort of network within the Disney Channel with all these extra shows in there. And I saw MODOK and I saw Patton Oswalt, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. And I kind of binged about 7 or 8 episodes in one night, and I was hooked.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't.
The show cracks me up.
Existed, so yeah.
My favorite episode is the time travel episode still, where he has an opportunity to get his wife back and he still jacks it up. I laughed so hard at that. Let me roll back in chat here real quick. Nick Steiner comes in to say DC has tried live action TV multiple times. Flash is barely watchable now. Birds of Prey was garbage. They should not have went with the CW. Gotham wasn't bad, but too obscure. And then right after that, nobody just says, noted. Also, I'm currently watching something on the CW, so shrugs. Sorry, Illusion. I'm just saying, like, I have never once tuned into the CW. Like, I've never been like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and watch television. Let me see what's on CW right now. I mean,
I'm not going to lie. I like the first season of Flash because, I don't know, it was just...
First season, yeah. But now you watch it. And it's
fun, a little bit, and... Yeah,
I've heard good things about the crossovers that they've done in Flash.
Really
the crossovers were great.
I just get frustrated that they build up the whole storyline about him going back in time and the consequences of that. Just to have him throw all of his character development out the window to go back in time again to change things again. I'm just like, I just felt like that was a little bit of lazy writing, because if he's like this character, like, why would he keep making the same mistakes? You're supposed to have shown his growth and everything.
Yeah.
He knows what the repercussions are, yet he goes back and does it again. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But,
well, let's see. Minipod comes in on Facebook saying, at least we have Disney. Maybe they can learn something. Nick Steiner says, Doom Patrol, anyone? It's been sold so far. So Doom Patrol just won an Emmy as well. Which
Swamp
is
Thing?
See,
I love Swamp Thing as well.
I watched that. Did not get canceled?
I haven't watched the Swamp Thing or Doom Patrol, and it's not because it's like, it's something I'm avoiding. It's just there are so many other shows that I'm like, I got to get caught up on these 50 shows, and then maybe the new season of these 50 shows. Crap.
Have you seen Hellstorm?
Which one?
That was on Hulu. Yeah, Hellstorm. The son and daughter of the devil, Marvel.
Hellstrom.
Hellstrom.
Yeah, Hellstrom. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
That
was one I wanted to watch really bad. That and Legion, but Legion at the same time, I was still kind of on the fence. I haven't watched it yet, but I was like on the fence if I should watch it, because I couldn't really stand that character in the comics.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
You won't like him in the series either.
Nobody's Illusion says, wait, MODOK has a series? Yes, absolutely. Rose Kirby says, I can't believe it's been only 3 weeks on Saturday. DC Fandom will be back. Yeah, we're pretty excited. Don't know if I can do the 8 hours again. I sure as hell can't. I can tell you that much.
Yes,
Rose.
you can.
And I'm trying not to get too excited. What the hell, Jared?
I love how he comes on for like half a word and then drops.
And he's doing it himself. He cut himself off in the thing. Nobody's Illusion says, but MODOK, Marvel Television's new animated show on Hulu, is most definitely not part of the MCU, being the showrunner Jordan Bloom. Okay, so yeah, if you watch it, you'll see it's like a Family Guy type of thing. It's not.
It is so funny.
Yeah. So, and we've got another special guest, Mr. Bug Magnet himself. Where's your branding at, dude?
Dude, I got it right here.
No. he's trying to tape a freaking coaster to his chest again.
No, it's not. It's actually this Bob holding the freaking laptop.
Bro, you can't just have a random Bob in your chest and be like, hey, it's branded.
Fine. How
you
about
can get
this?
a tattoo of Bob on your neck.
How about this one, buddy? Yeah. Jealousize.
Whatever.
Yeah. How you like that shit?
What's
boy?
going on, Jared? We
You
missed
didn't
you,
even
man.
create this one. Here, I'll just hold it so you can be jellified.
Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
All of a sudden, the channel just feels a little bit less smart.
Hi, Illusion. Wait, what did you say about the chat channel?
Nothing.
Are you talking smack over there, Sean? Freak. I'm not coming and hanging out with you guys no more. No, just kidding. Lucas, Brian, you guys are cool. Sean, I'm not hanging out with you, small boy. No, I'm just kidding. It's like I had to run to get here, guys. Oh, shit. Did I just... I keep swearing. Sorry, guys. I just got off work. It's been a freaking roll.
We've already dropped the F-bombs.
What's funny is we just did the very last news article, so it's like it's time for us to wrap the show up since we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Oh, damn, I swore again. Sorry,
Jared,
guys.
Stop yelling.
so much excitement.
Is my shit
it.
not working? Hold on.
It's working. It's just that when you scream, it cuts your voice out, and we're thankful for that.
So thank God.
So let me recap on these crowdfunding
Eardrums.
campaigns real quick, guys. So we got T3 has got Sammy the Bean. Go check that out. T3 is going to have Aurora coming up soon too. So be on the lookout for that one. We've got Tales of Tesla coming in. Sorry, I'm running these as quick as I can. So we got Tales of Tesla coming in. Black Blossom number 6. We're going to be doing a live stream on September 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do a spotlight with Em and David on that one. We've got XCT Monsters coming in with Sean, who's here on the screen right now. So make sure you guys come back to learn more about that. And we'll be doing the U.S. side of the world, the better side, if you know what I'm saying. What's up? That's right.
Wait, are they the better side?
I don't know. Probably not.
I mean,
side
they're down
sounds
under.
much cooler. Their voices. Jerks.
Yeah,
Anyways.
they have way cooler accents.
They do have way cooler accents. So
I
they're
can do
going to
their
be
cool
doing.
accent.
They're going
No,
to be
you
joining
can't.
us on the 24th at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time is when I believe we have that scheduled. The schedule might change in just a little bit because keep in mind, this is the second one Sean is doing in that day to get this book launched. So we're looking forward to that. So make sure you guys come back on, jump on. We can get to that one. And then on October 1st, we're doing reports from the Institute with Vivid. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. But in the meantime, while you're waiting to check out XCT, what you guys need to do is you need to go over and check out Free Fall Comics.
Okay.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put inside of the chat, I'm going to put these links inside of here in chat real quick.
Nice.
So you've got their current store and you've got a direct link to issue 1 right there in the chat. And it looks like somehow the formatting got a little messed up on YouTube there. So my apologies. But there's 2 links there. So if you copy and paste it, you guys can go check this out. Make sure you guys go do that. Like Roundhouse Hooligans is a sick series. So
it is.
We're lucky,
But
man.
We got to make some adjustments for Lucas and Brian because I don't think they set up number 2 as a preview to drive traffic to where people can support them.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure what we do. So.
Say what?
I said we're pretty shit at what we do. Like we like writing. The business side, we fall down.
Do not listen to what Brian just said.
Come on, Brisey, that's just not how it rolls, bro.
I'm like, hey guys, go and buy this comic book. Brian's like, don't buy it.
No, we're good at the writing part. The stuff after the writing, that's where we
Yeah, so go and check out that book while you guys are waiting to jump on XCT at the end of this week. Like, fill yourself with Aussie goodness. You'll love it.
Aussie goodness.
Before we leave, though,
all that stuff.
Hey, before we leave, Jared, weren't you just on a stream with TCT?
Yes, I was, sir. Well, I wasn't on with TCT. I was on with Classic Gaming with Z Hill and Dan Cote.
That should be live right now, right?
Z Hill got to play Zen Intergalactic Ninja. One of his fans from Japan actually sent him the hard copy of the game, totally like in package, in plastic. I guess it goes for like $1,000 or more in the States. So one of his fans sent it from Japan, and then me and Dan went and hung out while he played Zen Intergalactic Ninja and like kind of talked with Dan about everything. It was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome. I had a fun time. Fuck, you guys are speechless. Yeah, was I that awesome?
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Oh, my bad, guys.
I thought I was just awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Totally were.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a question for you, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier. We're trying to figure it out. We want to know what our cut is going to be from your $150,000 NFT sale.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
We saw that Visa bought your likeness for $150,000. We want to know how much is our cut going to be.
Sean, when did you sell that NFT, bro?
I didn't. It's still
Jared,
like,
it's clearly you in an orange cowboy hat.
Oh,
It's
you
you.
guys are. That was a Digi joke. I saw that. You're just stealing from Digi. Come on, can't you be original, Fry?
Is he wrong?
I mean, is Digi ever wrong? Is the
Will you
real
do me a
question.
favor?
Yes, it does look like me, and yes, I did buy it for $150,000. And then you know what I did? I gave it to freaking charity. She won't give it back, and I don't have the receipt. I'm sorry, guys.
Will you please do me a favor? Will you find or make an orange cowboy hat so that we can make our own NFT of just
Dude,
you
this
in
ain't
an
no
orange cowboy hat?
mountain show, bro. I ain't wearing no orange cowboy hat.
You
Really?
will if you wear Roundhouse
We're going
Hooligan.
there.
Wear a blue one.
No, you wear an orange one around us hooligans.
Oh, is that to be? Wait a minute. You're telling me that if I wear an orange cowboy hat, that I will get
No, I
these
can make you wear one in Roundhouse
hooligans?
100% yes.
Yes.
Oh, done, boys. I will have an orange cowboy hat. Now, can it look like an Aussie cowboy hat? Because they look cooler. Like,
That's a
you know, they're
fancy
kind of up more, and you know what I'm saying.
Go Dundee hat. and
We can do that. We can like just squeeze that into a panel somewhere, right?
Yeah,
He is
Oh,
dramatically too excited.
And then the one going out. You know what I'm saying? Where
Yep.
you know, I think I saw that one on freaking Crocodile or something like that.
Oh no, here it goes.
What?
Lucas, let's do it. Let's just do it.
I'm
Just
just
do it.
glad
I'm
you're
doing
here,
it.
Jared.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
you're
do it,
making
man. I want to look like the coolest people on this show, and there's 3 of them. Here, let me show you which ones they are. That one's not one. That one's not one.
That's right, man.
Nice.
Handsome people have returned. And with that, thank you everybody for joining. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you go and check out those links. Go and find these guys on social media. Free Fall Comics and Comics to Movies. Like them, follow them everywhere they go. Very close. I will tell you right now, Sean Keenan is a fan of you breathing heavily on his neck at conventions.
Oh, really, Sean? That's why Matt
Don't
wants
actually
to go
do
to
that,
convention
please.
with you.
I just realized that could have been taken legally. Do not do that.
What?
Crypto Comics, no way.
Not these days. That's risking it.
He's gonna go to a convention and Lucas is just gonna be like right behind him. For I said to do this on stream. All
I
right.
said I should.
And thank you guys for joining us from the other side of the damn planet. I know you had better stuff to do. Let's be realistic. We just appreciate to be part of this.
Speak for yourself, Fry. They like hanging out with me, except I wasn't here. Sorry about that, guys.
Next time.
All right.
I know.
You guys want to stick around for a second? We'll have words right after the stream. Thank you, everybody. Mess with your microphone and I'll cut you, Jared.
I wouldn't do that, Fry. Don't worry.
He just cut Jared.
Bye, Digi.
Jared, I'll beat you.
I just wanted to come and have fun, and you guys already had all the fun without me. Hey, but thanks for keeping it long enough until I got home, man. My text or what? Come on, say it, Brian. Come on, say something.
I'm telling you guys, this does definitely look like Jared.
Yeah.